What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk. Today, we are discussing more fantasy football news. I know it's weird, it's different. We're here on a Saturday. Colorado's getting their butts whooped. I'm a little disappointed. So I say, hey, you know what? If people need some help on fantasy football, we got y'all. Don't worry. Ask us whatever question you want, who to start, who to sit. We got a full on injury report. We're going to get right into that. But first, Vince, I know you've been keeping up with Colorado as well. How are you feeling right now?
Well, man, we always want to see the underdog make it, and I don't think Deion Sanders is an underdog, but I think the Colorado team is the underdog that we want here. They're like the Cinderella story. We want them to probably go all the way to the CFP championship, all that stuff, just to see them like make some noise. But there was most likely going to be a barrier at some way along this tunnel that they're traveling through. So I guess here it's better to have it early on so they can recuperate throughout the year. But yeah, I wish they were doing a lot better too. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. There's still a lot of trash talking going on, which I absolutely love. I love Dion for it, and I wish him the best. But hey, Oregon's the real deal as we're seeing right now. But
Yep.
let's get to some fantasy football talk here. First game I want to talk about is the Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. That is an earlier game tomorrow. Biggest guy who's out, Anthony Richardson. We told a lot of
Oof.
people to go out, go pick him up out the waiver wires. He's out there, he's available. I did. I started him over Dak Prescott, and sorry, I'm a little sick. And he actually was doing really good up until he left the game
I,
with a concussion, which is kind of bad. So he's doing concussion protocol. So he will be out this game. You have Mr. Trailer Park Trash himself, Gardner Minshew, coming out and starting for the Indianapolis Colts. Now, how do we feel about this? Is there other options for you to start out there for quarterback? Vince, what do you think?
Honestly, bro, there are so many options out there. I mean, there's I think still some leagues where like Jared Goff is still out there. So it just depends on what type of league you're in. If you're in an 8-man league, 10-man, 12, 14, even sometimes we've heard 16-man leagues, which is insane. But there's a lot of guys out there. I still think that a Russell Wilson to pick up is still something that you could like roll with for 1 week. I know this week they have a better matchup, so he could possibly be getting some good points there too. But there's a lot of guys, especially some rookies out there. So maybe some Bryce Young, get him in there, or he
Oh,
hurt too. Yeah, I think he's
he cleared.
he cleared.
He cleared.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on
I
my list,
think
so we'll get into it.
there's still some good quarterbacks out there on the waiver wire that you can pick up if you are having QB troubles. But I still think Anthony Richardson is a guy to stash because once he comes back healthy, he's still going to be producing like how he was before he had this concussion injury. But yeah,
We got our first question of the day. We have Randy Miller. Appreciate you being here, Randy. He says start one PPR. Brees versus New England. Jerome Ford against Tennessee. We have Kendrick versus the Packers. Who's Kendrick? Versus the Packers
I
or Chuba Hubbard
think
versus Seattle.
I think Kendry is the Saints running back.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because Williams is out with an injury. Honestly, here I see two guys who I like. Well, Brees Hall, of
Chuba,
course, you're gonna like him. This guy's a
Chuba.
Chuba Hubbard guy, real big time. For me, I feel like this is the only time you can start Jerome Ford, just because after this week, I think Kareem Hunt's going to take a bigger role in that offense. But I don't know. What do you think here? You're saying Chuba. Are you true to that?
Yeah, man, I'm going Chuba here. I would say Ford, but he's going up against a really, really, really tough defense in Tennessee. I know that Randy Miller right here, he put it in the other comment because he had a typo. But Ford is going against Tennessee, who is the number one defense against running backs this year as of now. So I'm not 100% sure I want to start him. I did pick him up in one league, and it was I used some of my FAB to get him. Maybe a little bit too much once I saw how I got him, but it is what it is. I still think he's going to be a good guy to have later down the road, even when Kareem Hunt is there. But this week, I think I'm going to roll with Chuba. Seattle has one of the worst run defenses in the league, as you've seen from last year and the first 2 weeks of this week. Even though Chuba is a backup, he still gets a lot of passing down usage. So I still think that he's going to run all over our defense. But yeah, so I'm going to go Chuba here. I don't trust in the guy's usage on those other teams. Brees Hall is probably a close second, like tied with Ford for me. But for me, I think I might be a little bit biased because I really like Chuba Hubbard.
I mean, well, there you have it. You know, you're going against Seattle's defense, who's not that great against the run. I can't wait to see that matchup against the Niners. But there you got it, Randy. Up next. So what's going on, Nestor? Appreciate you being here live with us. Happy Community Day. I know you're out there playing Pokemon Go. I was hitting that up a little bit too earlier. Big Money Joe says over at PPR. It says 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end and a flex. My running backs are Pollard, Ramondre, Madison, and Kelly. My wide receivers are Chase, Amon, Ron, Keenan, Nico, Mike Williams, and Addison. My tight ends are Freemuth and Henry. Wow, you got a lot of wide receivers, my man. Okay, so
Yes.
for sure, he says set his lineup, right? So we got to set his lineup here. I think for sure you got to go Pollard, right? You have to go Pollard. Yeah, so we're setting up his lineup. First, we're going to go Pollard, Ramondre, Madison, and Kelly. We see Austin Eckler. He's going to be out for another week. Kelly did bite the dust last week, but he did get 16 carries, which I truly, really do adore. But you might want to play it safe. Ezekiel Elliott, as we can tell, he's not it, right? He's not it. So they're utilizing Ramondre Stevenson to say play it safe, play Pollard, Ramondre, and then just put down your big chingon wide receivers. You got Jamar Chase. I think you give him another chance. I don't think you panic on him just yet. Jamar Chase, Amon Ron. And then you're just kind of spoiled here. You got Keenan Allen, Nico
He's got
Collins,
a lot of good
Mike
wide
Williams.
receiver
This is
twos,
insane.
man.
This is insane.
That's a good roster right there for wide receiver. I agree. I still think that Chase has a lot of upside, especially in week 3, where the Bengals are supposed to bring it back and make a splash and hopefully win their first game this year. So I would say Chase, Amon-Ra, and then I would go with my flex at either Keenan or Nico, honestly, because Nico still hasn't shown us that he's going to slow down, and that offense really relies on him. So if I'm going to play it safe, I play Keenan. If I want to make a splash, I'm going to go Nico Collins. And then tight end, of course, you got to go Hunter Henry, man. He's the number 1 tight end right now. You got
to, bro. You got to. Going up against a banged up Jets defense, they utilize him in the red zone. They utilize him. Look after that. But no, appreciate the comment there, Big Money Joe. Thank you for being here. I know I'm a different setup right now. This is actually my original room. This is where I grew up in. My dad switched it to his office. It is. It's the OG room. I'm visiting my parents for the weekend. But next question here, we got Charlie Wynn. I remember Charlie Wynn. Hey, appreciate you coming back, Charlie. Thank you so much for that subscription. This is NSP, half PPR, Brees Hall versus New England, Joshua Kelly versus Minnesota. Thank you, guys. I'm a little sick, okay? I'm still trying to get over it. But call me a fool. Call me a guy who can't get over his ex. But I would have given Joshua Kelly another chance. You have Austin Eckler out for another week, and Joshua Kelly, he had the carries, right? He had the carries. He didn't produce. He didn't have that many targets, but Minnesota has one of the worst defenses in the league right now. Last week, they went up against Tennessee, which is the hardest defense against the run. You could go Brees Hall. I won't doubt you for that. If you want to play it safe, I'll tell you this, Charlie. If you want to play it safe, go Brees Hall. If you want a chance to hit a home run or a chance to get negative points, get Joshua Kelly. For me, I would give Joshua Kelly another chance. That's just me. Like I said, I'm a fool.
Yeah, man, I would have to agree here. If I only had the choice between Brees Hall and the way that he's been used so far this year, he's frustrated. So you should be frustrated if he's on your fantasy team as well, because this guy's supposed to be something special, and they're not using him to his capabilities. I'm not too sure if they're waiting just a little bit just to make sure he gets stronger, healthier, and stuff like that. But I would go Joshua Kelly here too. Minnesota and the Chargers are trying to get their first win, so this is going to be a game where they utilize all their studs that they can. And since Eckler's out, Joshua Kelly assumes that position, and he's going to get everything that Austin Eckler would have got in that passing game and running game. So I would go Joshua Kelly here too, if those are my only 2 options. But yeah,
I feel bad. My camera's trying its hardest to kind of like adjust.
I know. I see it adjusting.
It's horrible. It's horrible. But next question we got from Carlos is Elijah Moore or Braxton Berrios, full PPR. Hey, you know what? That's a tough one. I hate that you're in
I
this
haven't.
predicament. You must be in a large
Uh,
league if you're in this predicament.
very.
Personally, I would probably go Elijah Moore. We do see Amari Cooper coming back from. He did clear injuries, so he will be back. So I'm not gonna say, oh, start him. They're full of injured people. And you have Braxton, who was injured last week. He's with the Miami Dolphins out there. But there's just a lot of mouths to feed. We saw last week in the Miami Dolphins game that River Craycraft was getting a lot of those targets, and he did very well in that game. So are we going to see more of River Craycraft going forward? I know Braxton has a lot of potential, a lot of stuff to prove out there, but I think the desperate Cleveland Browns, and yes, I said desperate because that game last week was just horrid, right? And they did lose Nick Chubb, so they're going to be relying on the passing game a little bit more, even if that's including Kareem Hunt in there. I think you got to go with Elijah Moore. I think he has more potential. Do I feel like Miami's going to air out the ball a little more? Yeah, I do. But I feel like Elijah might just get more targets than Braxton. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Vince.
Yeah, I believe so. I'm looking at their usage so far because I have not looked at these guys at all this season in the leagues that we are. My team is too stacked, in my opinion, so I haven't been on the waiver wire too much. But I really like Elijah Moore, and although Waddle is out and Braxton Berrios is sliding into possibly that wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4, he'll be coming in and out, stuff like that. Uh, we're just like unknown to this guy. This year and last year, he didn't really have the best of years. So we don't know how they're going to use him. We don't know how much Tua is going to trust in this guy. He's probably most likely just going to try to force feed Tyreek Hill. So I would go Elijah Moore. He might not get you a lot of points, but I mean,
It's a safer
he's
bet.
yeah, it's a safer one because you never know if they might throw him a touchdown, and that's all you need to win. But with Braxton Berrios, he's probably not going to get any red zone touches. Even if he does get like 3 catches, Braxton Berrios, when he was with the Jets, he's a short yardage type of guy. So he's going to be on those little dink and dunk routes. So I don't think you'll get too many points with him. So I would say Elijah Moore's safer.
Yeah.
Let's see. Big Money Joe. He says, AJ in the OG room. Thanks, AJ Vince, NSP. Pew, pew. Let's see. Alex Stivers or Stivers. I don't know how you say it, but let us know. He says, thoughts on this trade I made in a 12-man triple flex PPR league.
Gosh.
A la madre. Dang. He says, I traded Bijan for Etienne and James Cook. I mean, it's okay. Yeah. So I think Bijan has the capability of being the number 1 running back in the league because injuries are plaguing a lot of the recent top 5 running backs. So Bijan has a really good chance at being that number 1 running back or at least top 3 running back in the league as a rookie. Etienne, haven't really liked his usage too much, and James Cook, I'd probably say the same. I mean, I'm going to be honest here. I think I would have held on to Bijan, but if you really needed some help in that running back room and you believe these guys are going to pop off soon, I mean, it seems like a decent trade. If anything, it was a lateral move, in my opinion, if these guys produce the same amount as Bijan.
I see why you did it, right? A triple flex league, that is insane. And kudos to you, especially being a 12-man league. You have Etienne and James Cook for Bijan. I felt like you could have gotten a little bit more, but I get it. Your back may have been up against the wall. You may have been desperate for some depth out there in your team. And I get it. Etienne, I love the guy. I like his usage already because you see less and less of Tank Bigsby, and that is just music to my ears if you have Travis Etienne. And James Cook, you saw him start off a little slow, but one thing's for certain, right? He gets the most reps out of that 3-man back. And yes, there are 3 guys out there in in Buffalo sharing that backfield, but James Cook does see at least 63% of that share. So that's the majority. And that 63%, he does get involved in the passing game. So, full PPR, you can see some potential there. I see why you did it, but I will say I feel like you could have gone a little bit more for Bijan. Bijan's just a straight out stud, and we don't know what the future has. I know it's only been 2 games, but he's a stud. I felt like you could have sold him a little bit higher. I'm not mad at your trade. I think it's good in a triple flex. So good for you, man.
Sounds good. He's got another comment. He says, personally, based on watching the Dolphins a lot, River Craft over Berrios. Yeah, and that's AJ thinks too. I mean, it's just the way the ranking is for their wide receivers. They have a lot of studs there. So Craycraft to even be getting the type of usage that he is pretty lucky behind Tyreek Hill and Waddle.
Yeah, I'm so happy
Cool.
for him. I mean, he was a past Niner, and with the Niner organization or Niner coach as his head coach, I mean, he's going to get that usage a lot. So moving on, guys. Still with some injuries on the same game, Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. On the Ravens side, we do have Justice Hill. He is out for the game. If you have an opportunity, if Gus Edwards is still out there, this may be the game where you can start him. May be the game, okay? This is not going forward. This is the game that you can start him. So go out there, go look out for Gus Edwards, put him out there, and put him on your roster, active roster. Someone else. Sorry, I'm trying so hard not to cough here. But someone else going forward,
bro. That was me a week ago.
Oh man, it's tough. It's tough out here. The grind is real. But another guy who's out for the Baltimore Ravens, we have OBJ. OBJ is out for the Ravens. So does this mean you go out there and you put in Zay Flowers? Does this mean you put in Rashad Bateman? Does this mean you put in Devin Duvernay? No. You put in Zay Flowers at best, and I think that's it. And I'll say at a flex position, Ravens, you saw them struggling a little bit here and there. Hopefully they get their pass game going, and with OBJ being out, you're going to see some more targets being shared across Rashad Bateman and Zay Flowers.
I agree. I do like all three of those wide receivers, in my opinion. I was reading this comment right now, and I wanted to look at this guy's YouTube picture because it looks so funny. He says his name is Baby Santa. He says, yo, need help. He says, trade away Kyren Williams, James Cook, and Christian Kirk for A.J. Brown from the Eagles and Garrett Wilson from the Jets. He says, and on his roster right now for his skill team, basically, is Saquon, Pollard, and Connor, plus Cooper Kupp, Mike Williams, and Chris Godwin. I like it. I kind of like it.
You don't need any more running back help. You're pretty solid there. I love it, man. I think I love everything about you. Baby Santa, I love the name. I love the picture. I love your team. I love this trade. Kyren Williams, James Cook, and Christian Kirk, which I think Christian Kirk is a sell high candidate just because Zay Jones was injured and not playing that much that game. Christian Kirk stepped up. It's going to be on and off all season long, Kirk and Jones. So that's fool's gold right there. James Cook, he sees 63% of that backfield, which for me personally is not enough. Kyren Williams is the only starter that I see there week in, week out. And you're getting A.J. Brown, whose production is going to go up too, alongside with Garrett Wilson, who, could be a good flex depending on the week. I like that trade, man. Kudos to you. Big win right there. And I saw your the comment, man. Appreciate you. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel. Love every single one of you guys. Hit our Discord up. Our Discord is in our bio. I was going to say our description, but I'm not home. I'm away. This is the home that I grew up in. I'm visiting my parents. So we got to get some videos out there. Appreciate every single one of y'all. Join us here live. The grind is always real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got another one from Alex. He says, follow-up question. Start 3 out of these 4. Hopkins, Scary Terry, Drake London, and I'm assuming Miles Sanders. So I'm assuming these are his wide receiver areas as well as his flex. So he added Sanders in there. I like how he did that because usually people only put their wide receivers. So Hopkins, Terry, London, and Sanders. I think Sanders has a really good week this week because he's going to go up against the Seahawks. So I'm a little biased because I know our defense isn't the best, but you never know. We could get better. It seems like we did a little bit better against the run last week. But, I mean, honestly, if you start 3, I think the guy that I'm going to take out here is Drake London. I know that they did a lot better last week against the Packers, but I still believe that there is some room to grow with Drake London. He's going to have some shaky weeks and some good weeks. I feel like maybe this week might be another shaky week for him, just the way that team is going to prep for the Lions. It should be a high-scoring game, but I'm not too sure if the Lions can keep up. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Hopkins, Terry, and Sanders. What do you think here, AJ?
I'm going to agree 100%, but you got to keep an eye on Hopkins here. Hopkins is questionable, okay? They haven't cleared him from injuries, so depending if he plays, if he does play, I don't think he's going to be limited on snap counts. So if he does play, 100% start Hopkins, London, and Sanders. I like them a lot. The consistent guys, Scary Terry. We just see a lot of the ball being shared. I shared this 2 days ago that Sam Howell passed the ball to not 10 different targets. 10 different guys on the same team. He passed the ball to 10 different guys, and 9 out of those 10 had more than one reception. That's a lot of mouths to feed. That is a lot. That's just Eric Bieniemy's stat right there. You saw Eric Bieniemy when he was out there with Kansas City. No receiver was safe to put on fantasy besides Travis Kelce, and you're seeing the same thing over here for Washington. So Hopkins, London, and Sanders.
Nice. We got Big Money Joe supporting us as always. We love to hear it, man. He says, hit that like, y'all. Yeah, we would appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button as well. Like AJ said earlier, join the Discord, all that stuff. It's in our description on YouTube. But let's go on with these injuries, man. I feel like they're just stacking up in the season.
There's a lot this week. There is. I do want to give a quick shout out to Baby Santa. He did hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you for joining the Not So Pro Nation, Not So Pro Faithful, whatever you want to call us. We're here. We post videos every single week, and we go live almost 3 times a week. So check us out. Hit that notification bell. We answer every single question. If you join our Discord, ask us a question. We answer any time of day, any time of night. That's what we do.
Yes, sir. So we got Jose Vega in the house. He says, sit 1 full PPR, Mike Evans, Michael Thomas, Chris Godwin, and Terry McLaurin. Honestly, I think this is the week that I am going to sit Chris Godwin. I don't like the way the usage is for him there. I think a lot of these guys have higher ceilings than Chris Godwin. But if you're a little bit shaky on it, you don't know how McLaurin and Michael Thomas are going to do, you can go ahead and play Chris Godwin in for one of those. But I think if it was me, we don't on this podcast, we do not like to double dip. So Mike Evans and Chris Godwin on the same lineup is kind of like making your capabilities of winning and having a higher point total is
it's like kissing your brother.
Yeah, man. You don't want to do that. So I would say Mike Evans, he's the guy that's going to be mostly used in this game because Baker Mayfield really trusts the guy, and who wouldn't? So I would go Mike Evans, Michael Thomas. He has the possibility to get a lot of points against Green Bay because, honestly, reason I hear, but we'll say it now. Their defense is not living up to the past few years that they usually had great defenses. So I would go Michael Thomas. He's probably going to get a lot of usage. And then Terry McLaurin, I mean, he's still a good guy to have. He gets a lot of red zone usage there as well. So I think that he could possibly get a touchdown this week. But we shall see. That's what I think. What do you think, AJ?
I 100% agree, man. I like Mike Evans. I drafted him in the 7th round. Everyone's like, what are you doing? Hey, you know what? He's able to start on my fantasy league every single week. Same thing as Michael Thomas. I drafted Michael Thomas in the 9th round, drafted him in almost every league. He can play in every single week. These guys are, demanding that target share. But one thing that I don't like is, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, they have a horrible matchup this upcoming week. They're going against the Philadelphia Eagles, who have a very strong, secondary team. That's scary for me. I know Mike Evans could do it. We've seen Chris Godwin kind of struggle these past 2 games. Will Baker Mayfield get it out of him? I don't know. But double dipping, that's too much because let's say the team just does bad as a whole, then you're losing out 2 guys. You got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, both not doing anything for your team. I'd rather not risk it. I'm the play it safe guy. I'm the consistent guy. Let's put in some Mike Evans, Michael Thomas, and Terry McLaurin.
Yes, sir. All right, we'll rush through these comments here because we got some guys that are new here and we want to get to their comment. So Alex, he's like, I was coin flipping between London and Terry. So it's going to be like that, man. Sometimes, some weeks, it's just going to be hard to choose. But Big Money Joe says Reed is missing. He must be busy looking for running backs. Oh, goodness, some trash talk in some of our leagues. But Alex says, much appreciated. He just joined this Discord, and I did see that notification right now pop up. So we love it. Join us, talk some smack with us, pick our brains. We'll tell you what's happening out here. But Big Bunny Joe again, he says, speaking of double dipping, I was thinking of playing Keenan and Mike Williams. And honestly, usually I would say no to this, but they're playing against the Vikings, not a very good defense. I think the possibility of both of those guys scoring is very high, especially since the Chargers are in a desperate need for a win. So they're going to be trying to ball as much as they can. But yeah, I would say if you have a better receiver than Mike Williams, I would, because sometimes he tends to disappear in big games. But we'll see. I know Keenan for sure is going to get a lot of usage.
I hate that Reed's not here. We need him here because this
I
is the
know.
only time I would agree with you with double dipping. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen will get that target share, man.
Reed would tell us. Reed would tell us he's like, no, don't double dip. That's what Reed would say.
Damir says traded Cam Akers for Roschon Johnson. W or L. Hey man, I don't know where you're from, but you ever like got like those off-name brand chips? You go out there to like the Dollar Tree or whatnot. You see like the fake hot Cheetos. You grab one of those and you went ahead and traded in for a Slim Jim. That's what you did, my man. Hell yeah, excellent trade. That's a big dub for you. Cam Akers is done. He's going to be competing with Alexander Madison. It's going to be the most mid-tier competition the world has ever seen. Roschon Johnson, he is slowly going to become the running back one out there in Chicago. I love it, man. That's great. Great dub for you. Appreciate you being here live on the stream. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We are small, but we are trying to grow, you guys.
Yeah, man, I agree with you here. I think that's a great trade. I, for one, was a sucker who drafted Madison in 2 of my 4 leagues. So, yeah, he's not in my starting lineup after next week because in those same leagues, I also got what's his name from the Saints. He's on suspension. His name is like Alvin Kamara. Yeah, so he's gonna be sliding into my lineup. I just have one more week of this horrible running back play for the Vikings after Dalvin Cook left. But awesome. So Jose Vega says thanks, and Demir, I don't know how you say your name, but let us know. Join our Discord, hit the subscribe button, hit that like, and come back every single week because we have fantasy advice all the time, any time of day, like AJ said earlier.
Alrighty, next game we want to talk into is the Atlanta Falcons going up against the Detroit Lions. I know if you would have asked us last year, you're like, hey, dude, we don't have any starters on either team. We don't care. Let's move along, right? Besides Amon-Ra, of course. Amon-Ra is a beast. I got him in almost every single one of my leagues. But first things first, we got David Montgomery. He is doubtful. I highly doubt he plays this upcoming week, so a definite stardom is Jahmyr Gibbs. But I do want to say this. Don't be fooled, okay? Don't think that Jahmyr Gibbs is going out there seeing 100% of the snaps. He is not. He's going to be sharing those snaps. He's going to be seeing about a good 70% of those, 65 to 70%. So don't get your hopes up. Don't say, oh, this is a dub for me. You should start him, though. You should.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of us are a little bit skeptical of like how they're using him there. But as the season goes along, they're going to be using him quite a bit. So don't be shy. Keep him in your starting lineup. If anything, right now, I think he's a flex player. So if you have 2 running backs who are doing a lot better than him in fantasy, play those guys. But yeah, let's see. We got one comment here from Big Money Joe. He says, I drafted Madison in 1 league. Kamara scares me. He was already declining, and it's rare that a running back gets better with age. I'm trying to trade him on name alone. Honestly, this is the best week to do it because you tell a guy, hey, man, he's going to come back next week. He's going to be the best running back in the league.
Williams is hurt.
Yeah, Williams is hurt. It's wide open for him. So if you want to trade Kamara in that league, you do it now. You start the trade bids now because guys will bite at it. So that's a good idea, Bunny Joe. But if it's in one of our leagues, it's probably not going to fly. So we'll see what happens for you.
Hey, hit me up.
Domir, he says, one more question. Do I start Love or Burrow?
Hey, you can ask as many questions as you want. Okay? Ask whatever. Ask away. Hey, man. If we're going to fall, we can fall together. Okay? I got Joe Burrow in my league, and I think I want to keep him in. I just might keep him in. Okay? If I change my mind, like I said, you could join our Discord. I will keep everyone updated on what I'm doing on my roster list. If you want to ask me questions later on or ask Vince questions later on, we're all there. And we have a great family out there that everyone helps out everyone else. So if you want to get someone else's opinion, put a question out there and they will answer with you.
Yeah, man. The Bengals are playing the Rams this week. I think Joe Burrow could possibly get it going just a little bit more. The Rams do have I think one of the highest flagged defensive teams right now. So they're going to be hopefully on the field as an offense more often. So I don't think Burrow is a bad one, but I think your safe bet is Jordan Love. But I still believe that Joe Burrow has the possibility of being that high caliber quarterback. So it's always risk over reward. So if you want to risk it, Burrow. If you want that, same reward you're always getting, Jordan Love.
Huge shout out to Roll Tide Stivers and also Dahmer for joining our Discord. Appreciate you guys. Looking forward to our future together. And good luck in your fantasy leagues.
Let's see. We got Kevin Valentin or Valentine, however you pronounce it. He says, "What it do, baby?" He says, "Full PPR, Craig Reynolds or Kendre Miller." Honestly, this is a tough one. This is a really, really tough one in my opinion.
I thought it was going to be an easy day today. What are these guys doing out here? Why are they sending us these questions, man?
So I'll go a little bit first. I believe Craig Reynolds is still with the Lions, and they are having some troubles. David Montgomery's down. So Craig Reynolds, who we saw last year and we loved in Hard Knocks, he's good running back. I like the guy. I think they will use him a little bit more, as AJ said, because David Montgomery's doubtful. But if David Montgomery plays, I don't think Craig Reynolds is a good guy to start. But Kendre Miller is supposed to be that assumed, kind of starter just a little bit because Jamal Williams is out. I think they're going to go 50-50 ball carrier, and I don't think that the Saints really run it all that well. But Kendre Miller has some opportunity to get some pass catching in there. So I think I'm going to go Kendre Miller here just because I think it's a safer bet. But if Montgomery is out, Craig Reynolds is very enticing.
Yeah, I mean, Kendre Miller, he is the safer bet, and he does have the higher ceiling here. Because remember, Craig Reynolds, he did do pretty well last week when Montgomery was suffering through that injury. He is questionable. Like I said, I highly doubt he plays this upcoming week. But Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get the workload there. Not the full workload, but the majority of it, right? So you want someone who's going to be sharing it. I don't know the circumstances out there on Miller. If he's going to be sharing that backfield, I don't think he will be. I think he's going to be getting at least 85% of the snaps for the Saints. So I would probably go Miller here. This is an only week that you can make this decision. I think next week Reynolds is out of the picture. I think next week Miller's out of the picture. So if I have to choose one, I'm choosing Miller.
There we go. Let's see. Big Money Joe says, since we are on the Kamara trade talk, who should I get to trade for him? Honestly, you can get someone as good as James Conner. I know AJ would really love that type of trade there. You could possibly get even another running. You can get even another running back who's hurt. I think it'll be a stretch to get someone like Austin Eckler, since he's hurt right now. But if you throw in a little bit of like some good little wide receiver action in there, I think someone would be, I'm not going to say a sucker enough because we don't know how Kamara is going to do this year. But if Kamara is a dud, I think you can get a lot from him. Anybody from, like how you just said, Rachaad White, maybe even a Kenneth Walker. Some guys that are going to be used on their team all year long. But yeah, any of those guys can possibly get you some good points. But in my opinion, my bias.
You ever played the game Russian Roulette?
Russian Roulette, yeah.
Russian Roulette is out.
Yeah.
Hey, man. You get two other guys on Sleeper Fantasy. You could do this, okay? You get two other guys. Whoever has Cooper Kupp or whoever has Jonathan Taylor. You get those guys. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see who gets who, right? They're all in the same boat, but I think Cooper Kupp and JT have a higher ceiling than Alvin Kamara for sure. So if you get one of those guys to trade with you, I think that's a dub in my books. That's a dub.
That's true. I forgot in Sleeper Fantasy that you could do that. You can do like a 10-man trade basically. So if you get everybody on the trade, everybody wins, everybody loses, stuff like that. Let's see. Domir, he says full PPR. He's got. Do I start Tank Dell? Oh, this guy's got a deep league. I know this for sure. He's got a deep league. So he's got Tank Dell, Josh Downs, or look to pick up Braxton Berrios for my second flex. Honestly, I think the guy that I like the most here is Tank Dell. I know that these guys are like the bottom of the barrel type wide receivers. You're just hoping that they get at least 2 or 3 receptions, and hopefully one of them goes for like a lot of yards. So honestly, I think Tank Dell is the best option out of these 3 right now.
Week 1, we had 45 pass attempts. Week 2, we had over 50 pass attempts for the Houston Texans. I think you have to go Tank Dell. I don't like these picks, but Tank Dell has a higher ceiling there.
Yeah, man. I just looked at Josh Downs' production so far this season. He's only got 67 yards. So I don't like it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go Tank Dell there. Sounds good. Alrighty. On to the injuries. Let's see. What game are we on here?
We are on the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. We don't have too much here. We have the obvious, right? We have Jamal Williams, who's out. We talked about that already. Miller has been cleared, so he will be out there. He will be participating. That's someone you can look out for. On the other side of the field, we do have some big names. We got some Aaron Jones, who is questionable. I do believe that he will start. I do believe. Will he be on a snap count? I can't guarantee you that he won't. But one thing's for certain. If you are thinking about starting A.J. Dillon, don't unthink it. Throw him out. That's disgusting. He is a dud. You go out there, you trade him, you drop him. I don't care what you do with him. Go out there, give him to a homeless person. I don't care. He is not a starter on any fantasy league. Brar, what is going on? Appreciate you, my brother. Haven't seen you in a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I agree. I have Aaron Jones, I think, in one league, and I'm just hoping that he plays because the week before that, I played Dillon thinking, maybe he'll get some good production. It was a big stinker. I hated it. Never again. He got dropped.
Never, ever. Another guy about the Packers, he is questionable. I don't think he plays, but that is Christian Watson. Yes, y'all remember that name? That is a buy low candidate. If he's out there, find that guy who owns him in your league and buy him for cheap because he just might be something this year. We've seen this other receivers. We see Jaron Reed. We've seen Romeo Doubs, whatever you want to call him. Musgrave. They ain't it, bro. They want someone who can hold down the fort. And Christian Watson is that dude, that maniac.
Dillon has been hot trash. That is the take for sure. Let's see.
Hot dog water. We used to say that. I remember that.
Yeah.
Dirty hot dog water.
Dirty hot dog water.
Jeez. Hey, is everyone out there? I'm asking the comment section here. After Thursday's game, I know it's just one game. That it's already chorizo time for you. What we mean by that is, are you winning? Doesn't matter what happens this Sunday. Are y'all winning from the players that you had this past Thursday? Because you had Brock Purdy go out there and drop the 25 burger. I mean, this dude is legit. I love the dude. It didn't look the prettiest, right? But look at how they played. And then you saw Christian McCaffrey. Oh, he dropped that touchdown pass. That would have just sealed the deal.
I know. That was a good coverage, though. That was good coverage.
It was good. Deebo Samuel killed it as well. And, oh, man.
Yeah. For those Deebo Samuel owners, they were just waiting for a game to happen like this. And finally got it week 3. Let's see.
Look, we got our first one here. Brar says, yeah, I had CMC and Kittle. That's what we call chorizo time, baby. We used to call it lime time last year, but then we got fined for it, so we can't call it lime time anymore. It's chorizo time.
Chorizo time.
We'll
I
talk about
know.
that.
I'm sad because I was like, man, Kittle's not it. So I sat him this week.
No.
16 points, my guy. I was like, really? I was like, and then watch next week. He's not gonna have the same production. I'm gonna hate it.
Hey, he's been getting some good targets.
He has. He
Good
has.
targets.
He
So
has.
up next, we have another super exciting game. We have the Houston Texans are going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. CJ Stroud, he's been cleared. He should be out there. Not much left for the Jaguars or Texans, I mean. For Jaguars, we got Zay Jones.
Zay Jones.
He is out.
Out.
Out. So Christian Kirk, is he a start this week, Vince?
I mean, the Houston Texans are going to be, the Houston Texans. Their defense hasn't been their focal point yet. They're trying to go on the offensive side, trying to make sure they get those monsters on the D-line, stuff like that. But the corner position is horrendous. But I think Christian Kirk is a flex start at most. I think Calvin Ridley is going to be the guy to get most of that action, maybe even the tight end position for Ingram, but Christian Kirk is like that third guy for me. So if you guys are going to start him, if you have him in your league, I would say he's a flex position at most. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, at most, depending on who else you got, right? You don't want to risk yourself and put Christian Kirk as, a wide receiver 2, where you're going to hurt you guys in the long run or that week, basically. But that's really all the injuries for that game. Pretty healthy teams out there. Good for them.
Let's see. We got this one right here from Kevin. He says, who would you start one full PPR, Addison, London, or Hollywood? Honestly, right off the bat, I think I'm going to start Addison. It is going to be a game where they're just throwing the ball out there all game long. This is going to be a long game, especially because there's not going to be a lot of running involved in these games because, of course, Austin Eckler's out. And, of course, I mean, who are they playing? Chargers versus the Vikings, right? Yeah. I mean,
No defense.
they don't run. They don't run for the Vikings either. So this is going to be a long game. Defenses are not that good on both sides of the ball. I think Chargers are a little bit better on defense. But they have a lot of guys questionable and a lot of guys injured too. So I would say my first, right off the bat, just seeing those names, I think I'm going to go Addison.
You can't start Hollywood. I mean, they're going up against the Cowboys. I know Diggs is out for the year with an ACL injury, but look at Addison. He's been pretty much consistent when it comes to targets. Drake London had a horrible week 1, outstanding week 2. But, I mean, really, you're at the mercy of Desmond Ridder. And, is that how you really want to be all week or all Sunday? I would hate to do that. I have London. If I absolutely needed to, I would start him. Right now, I don't need to, so he's on my bench. So if you had to start one full PPR, I do think it's going to be a shootout out there in Minnesota or Los Angeles. I don't know where it's at. But Addison should have a better game. London, I just hate relying on Desmond Ridder this season. It sucks. I got busted week 1. I got busted week 2 because I had London on the bench. I don't know what to do. I want to see at least one more game. I want to see one more game to see where the trend is going. And then I'll be more confident in my answers with this one.
Let's see. So Big Money Joe says that he's hating Darren Waller at this moment. Yeah, this past week he got you 6 points. I know that because I have him on my bench in one league.
Money, better.
But he also says everyone on the Jags is a start in his opinion. I don't know. Yeah. But we'll see. We got Brar here. He's finally getting into the action. He says, time to what does he do? He flexes right here because he always has the leagues where people don't know how to draft. So let's see. He says quarterback Trevor Lawrence, running back CMC, running back 2 Josh Jacobs, wide receiver 1 T Higgins, Pittman, and his tight end is Kittle. His flex is DeAndre Swift. Not bad. Hopefully he can keep it up. And his defense is the Cowboys. He's got the Seahawks kicker, which is Jason Myers. You gotta put some respect on his name, bro. Type his name out.
Yeah, dude.
Bench,
Come on, man.
he's got
Oh, he's a
DK.
Niners fan.
Yeah. He's got DK. I mean, I'm surprised he's got DK. Brees Hall, Ayuk, Pickens, Tua, and Michael Thomas. Dang, he really went heavy with those good wide receivers right there. DK, Pickens, Ayuk, and Michael Thomas. What they call him last week? The slant master or
Mr.
something?
Slant.
Mr. Slant. Let's see. I mean, I don't know. He says, what changes should I make to the starting lineup? That's basically what he's saying. In my
I think
opinion,
eventually you're going to be switching your flex.
honestly, I think he should take T. Higgins out until T. Higgins actually produces to like his fullest potential, because we don't know if it's going to be this week. We don't know if it's going to be next week. We don't know if it's going to be at all this season. But in my opinion, I would probably put Michael Thomas or Pickens in that wide receiver 1 position. Pittman can stay there at wide receiver 2. And I think I still like DeAndre Swift there in the flex, because I don't know if DK is going to be 100% with those rib injuries. Ayuk, we don't know when he's going to flash again. I mean, they already played, so I think that one's locked. But, yeah, I think I would probably go Pickens, in my opinion. Let me see. Who are the Steelers playing? Steelers are playing the Raiders.
Steelers.
Yeah. I would go Pickens. Yeah. I think I'm going to go Pickens there.
Not a bad team, dude. Good job. Once again, I know last year you had a stacked team as well, so good for you, bro.
He was stacked. Let's see. So Big Money Joey says Kirk also seeing a backup defensive back. I mean, that's good. That's good. I just don't know if Christian Kirk is going to make that leap again like last year with Calvin Ridley dipping into his production. But also, Kevin Valentine, Njoku or Laporta, full PPR. Laporta. End of question.
That's Vince's dude right there.
End of question. I have that guy in like 3 leagues, I think. As soon as I saw him on the waiver wire, because nobody wanted to pick him up, I was like, this guy is something special. He's going to get a lot of usage there on that high offensive scheme that they play over there in Detroit. We got the Joker. We can see that he is a Bears fan.
Bear down.
Awesome. Bear down, baby. He says full PPR, choose one for flex. Jerome Ford, Alexander Madison, Jacoby Myers, and Tyler Algier. There's one that stands out here for me. AJ, what do you think here?
Full PPR flex. He just needs one guy. Oh my goodness. For me, like I said, I'm a fool for these guys, dude. I'm a fool, man. I think this is the only week you can put Jerome Ford in. That's just me. I like Jacoby Myers. I don't trust Jimmy G. I like Tyler Algier. He is dealing with this minor injury. Alexander Madison, we're high on him. He just hasn't produced. I think this is the only week you can put Jerome Ford in. Vince, give him your opinion here.
Yeah, man, I'm like the opposite of AJ right now. I think Jerome Ford's going to be used later on in the season, even with the signing of what's his name, the girlfriend beater, basically. But yeah, in my opinion, I think Jacoby Myers here is the better guy. His name finally popped up, Kareem Hunt. He's the guy that's going to be dipping into Jerome Ford. But honestly, in my opinion, I think Jacoby Myers is the guy here. He's coming back from an injury. I just think that Jacoby Myers is going to pop off this week, especially since they're playing against the Steelers. It's going to be a really, really bad game, in my opinion. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. They're just not two high-power offenses, and I think Jacoby Myers can take advantage of that and really, really grab a lot of the receptions there. So I think I'm going to go Jacoby Myers on this one. But let's see.
Like
Brar
Jacoby.
also said, Brar says T. Higgins had 29 points last week. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what type of league you're running in, but that's a lot for because he didn't have that many points in our league. But yeah, I mean, if you believe in T. Higgins and the offense, you think they're going to stay consistent, even though they haven't shown like they are. They're going to play up against the Rams, so we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to keep T. Higgins in there, that's cool. Let's see. We got one of our recent subscribers, YouTube Great Fortnite Cookie.
Nice.
Yeah. He says, these are the players I traded for yesterday. Chase, Gibbs, JT, D-Hop, Cousins, and he says he gave up Kamara, Thomas, and Goff, as well as Garrett Wilson. Yeah, that's a big trade. That's like swapping the whole team right there.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. This is awesome.
You got 5 for 4.
This is awesome, dude. He has Jamar Chase, who is going to bounce back. We all know he's going to bounce back. JT, who's going to be, if he does play, it's going to make a huge difference in your league. D-Hop, love the guy. Cousins, I think he said Kirk Cousins, right? But I get that he needs a wide quarterback because he got rid of Goff. So good, consistent guy. You could probably pick up someone on the waiver a little bit better. But you lost Kamara. Cool. We don't know who he's going to be like. Thomas, I think that might be your only big hit besides Garrett Wilson possibly. But I love this trade. I think this is awesome.
I do like it. And he says he's still got 2 roster slots for Kareem Hunt as well as Robert Woods. I do like Robert Woods. He's getting a lot of production finally. So Mr. Bobby Trees, I like it. This guy has a good league. For them to allow that type of trade where it's like swapping whole teams, I like it. Let's see. Kevin, he says 0-2. Do you think I should start looking for a running back to trade for or wait it out in his 12-man full PPR league? He says his quarterback is Hurts, running back is Brees. Running back 2 is Kamara. Next he needs to what? Next need can't come soon enough. Oh, next week. I think he meant next week. Yeah, next week. So wide receiver 1, CD. Wide receiver 2, Amon-Ra. His flex is either Amon or his flex number 2 is Addison. I mean, what's your bench? Did you put his bench? Yeah, he did put his bench. So he says his bench is Spears. Wow, he's got Spears. London, Hollywood, Njoku / Laporta, and Kareem Hunt. So let's see. Honestly, yeah, I think he does need a trade for a running back.
You got to trade. You got to find a trade suitor for Alvin Kamara with 2 mid-tier players, wide receiver and a running back. I think that is your move here.
Yeah, man, because Addison right now, he hasn't solidified himself as like a top receiver. He just has like a lot of deep passes thrown to him. I think he's averaging right now like 3 receptions per game, but he's averaging like 60 plus yards. And most of those are going for touchdowns. I think already in week 1 and week 2, he has a touchdown each. So I think that's what's saving you right there for your flex position. But yeah, I think you should get some mid-tier running backs, in my opinion. I think your wide receivers can be fine as the season goes along, as Drake London will finally get his niche there in Atlanta. But yeah, I agree with AJ. If you can get 1 great running back and 1 great wide receiver in a trade for Kamara, there's someone out there that wants to trade for him. So do that. He says he also traded YouTube Fortnite Cookie. Traded for Mixon.
Stop.
This guy's he traded his whole team. I like it. Oh, sorry.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
Brar says, should I look to package DK and Higgins for a top tier wide receiver, and who should I trade for? Heck yeah, I don't know why not. Honestly, I said it in the beginning of the season. DK is not our number 1 wide receiver. He's our wide receiver 2. Tyler Lockett is our wide receiver 1. So if you can trade DK, I think that's awesome. DK right now is not having a better season than Tyler Lockett. So in my opinion, I think you could go after maybe like a Stephon Diggs, maybe even, let me see. I don't know if you can get Jay Jettas off of that. I don't think anybody's willing to trade Jay Jettas.
Dude, everyone's selling real low right now on Jamar Chase. I think you should go out there and get yourself some Jamar. Depending how confident you are with that, but look into some other players. Look into Amon-Ra St. Brown. He was going off the second round. I mean, who else can you look for there?
I don't think there's anybody else that I would probably trade both of those guys for. Like, I also think that Amon-Ra is a good one, but I think also you could not get the amount of production that you could get from both DK and Higgins on a week-to-week basis. Yeah, man, honestly, I think it's only Jay Jettas and Stephon Diggs maybe even the Tyreek Hill, but I don't know. I still think it might be a stretch. But yeah, just test your luck. You never know, bro. You've had some crazy trades before in some of the leagues you
That is
sent us.
true.
So
It's very true.
let's see. Big Money Joe, he says Fortnite Cookie with a shout out there. We got a new one. He says Matt Solis got offered James Cook
Matt.
for Rashad White.
No.
Yeah, I would keep Rashad.
Keep Rashad, bro. Everyone's downplaying Rashad so much. I was saying draft him low, go out there, go buy low on him. Rashad White's the dude, man. He didn't produce week 1, but he got the carries. Week 2, he got the carries and he produced. He's going to continue to be in that bell cow of that offense until he gets kicked out of the team. And right now, he bought himself another 3 weeks. Do you keep yourself to Rashad White, bro? Keep it. Appreciate you watching the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kevin back at it again. He says Flex 1, Olave, Hollywood.
Typo.
He said typo.
Okay, you go typo, 100%.
Yeah. Let's see. Big Money Joe says Cookie traded his whole team, and we don't have a single trade in our league. Yeah, man, that's honestly true.
Because of you.
It's hard
because
to trade
of you.
It is hard. Let's see. Adam. He says living in Cincy, the vibes are leaning towards Burrow not playing. Yeah, man, I saw him get carted off, or not carted off, but he got picked up in the cart with the owner. It looked like when he was walking into their practice field, a little bit of a limp. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But he says, if Burrow doesn't go, who should I start in a PPR flex spot? T. Higgins, Rashad White, Tutu, or Sky Moore? That's a lot of good players. Honestly, Sky Moore, I'd take him off automatically. T. Higgins is all right. I don't know if Burrow doesn't play. I don't think T. Higgins is that good because I don't even know who the backup is for the Cincinnati Bengals, in my opinion.
Dude, it's the guy from the Brahmas.
Is it?
It's the dude from the Brahmas.
No way.
Yes, dude, because the Patriots did them dirty. The Patriots picked up their backup off the practice squad this past week. So they're scrambling around. They got 2 players, and one of those guys is a guy from the XFL San Antonio Brahmas.
Wow, I love it. I love it. But yeah, honestly, T. Higgins I think he's like my third option there. If I'm honestly thinking like very good here, I think I'm gonna go Tutu Atwell. I think his production is very high, and I think it's gonna stay like that for this week against the Bengals here. The Bengals defense is not the best either. They've been letting up a lot of points, but Rashad White can also pop off. I believe though they do have a tough matchup. Am I correct here that he's on the Buccaneers, right? Rashad White?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. I'm thinking of some other way. Yeah, but he's got a tough matchup against the Eagles. So I think I'm gonna go Tutu Atwell here. I think he's the safest option because those other guys are gonna have some tough matchups, and especially if T. Higgins doesn't have Burrow, I think it's gonna be very tough for them to keep the ball moving. Let's see.
That is the safest option. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You good?
I was just saying that for me, I still love Rashad White. That's just me. I think he's continue being a dog out there. He does have a tough matchup, but I'm pulling for this dude, man. I'm pulling. And lately, Philadelphia, they've been quite disappointing.
This is true. A lot of tight games, a lot of points given up. But let's see. We got Kevin again. He says, having a stroke on the keys. He can't type right now. He says, it's a double flex league. Running backs are Brees, Craig Reynolds, Kendre Miller, Kamara, and Spears, along with Kareem Hunt. Dang, that's a lot. I bet you your bench is pretty deep because of that double flex. His wide receivers are CD, Amon-Ra, Olave, Addison, London, and Hollywood. Tight ends are Njoku and Laporta. Nice. I like it. I like your league. Let's see. Matt Solis, he says, now he offered me James Cook and Gus Edwards for Rashad White. Still keep Rashad. Yes, you still keep Rashad. He's offering you guys who are not the top dogs on their team. They're sharing the ball a lot. Gus Edwards and the Baltimore Ravens. And Justice Hill is there. They're all sharing the ball. Rashad White, as AJ always says here, he is the bell cow there. He is the guy that's getting almost 90% of their runs. I don't think there's anybody rivaling him. So Rashad White, he's trying to get a good guy, and he's trying to give you guys who are like playing 50% of the snaps.
I do want to tell him this real quick though. He's going to use Gus Edwards to his advantage because this week he might just do excellent because Justin Hill is out this game. So don't fall for it the following week where he's like, look, I told you, Gus Edwards, he is this and all that. Don't fall for it, my guy. Rashad White has a lot more value than Gus Edwards and James Cook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at these. He says, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Of course. We're here all the time. Let's see. YouTube, Great Fortnite Cookie. We need to condense this guy's name because that's a tongue twister for me. He says, yeah, I'm going to put Young Cookie. I'm going to call him Young Cookie.
Young Cookie.
So, he says, yeah, I got people on my league that don't know football, so I've been finessing them hard. Hey, man, you got to teach them. Hey, I'm about to swindle you. I love it.
Oh, yeah, man. You catch those dubs.
Cool. All right. We'll wait for the next few comments to come in. We love the energy that y'all are bringing here. We love talking about fantasy football and football in general. So keep your questions coming.
Hell yeah. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you guys. It helps us out a lot. Hit that thumbs up on that video. Leave us a comment down in the comment section. Find us on Discord. Ask us questions any time of day, any time of night on Discord, and we will answer. Or ask our community that we have there, that we have built and still trying to build with the help of you guys. So appreciate every single one of you guys. It's been a long day. I'm sick as heck. I'm homesick. I'm basically home, but whatever. But yeah, we have a lot of great matchups this upcoming week. Up next, we talked a little bit about the Chargers and Minnesota. We think it's going to be a huge shootout out there. Defenses, they got a few good key players, but they just allow so many points every single week. Where if you want to do a double dip and get Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, we're not opposed to it. Usually, we don't like to double dip here on this channel, but that just might be a good option for you if you don't have anything else. Now, we are waiting some big news for Joe Burrow. It's still questionable, and all Taylor, the head coach for the Bengals, has said is we'll see if he suits up. What kind of answer is that?
I know. Jeez.
Does he not know that he's in my fantasy league? Does he not know that we got money in this league? Like, come on, guys. But Austin Eckler will be out again up against the Minnesota Vikings. So is Joshua Kelly a starter? I know a lot of people got burned on him, and I was wrong about him last week. But one thing I was right was he was getting the carries, right? He had 16 plus carries this last game. He didn't get too much involved in the passing game, but he was out there. He was getting carries, and he was getting involved in that offense. Now, he did go up against a very harsh rush defense. This time, I think he's going to have a different story. I think he's going to go out there and really, cause some havoc on that defense.
We just got a quick comment here. It says, Big Money Joe says, Kyrie is the swindler in our league. Yeah, he tries to be.
Dude, he takes my own advice and tries to use it against me. I'm like, bro, I know fantasy football.
I know. It's just so funny. Alrighty. Let's see.
We're almost done here, you guys. Up next, we got the New England Patriots going up against the Jets. How do we feel about that, Vince?
Honestly, we talked about it in our past video when we were doing our pick'ems, basically betting against the spread with NSP. I think if I remember correctly in the video, I think I picked the New England Patriots to win this game. I really don't like how the Jets are playing. And they have a lot of guys out. I mean, they signed Dwayne Brown, right, this past year. Now he's not going to be playing at that left tackle position. And now Wilson is going to be getting hammered. And I'm 100% sure he's going to get sacked at least 3 to 5 times this game. I think it's going to be a really tough game for the Jets, especially with some of those guys on the offensive line out. So I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of injuries on the offensive line for both sides of the ball, but I just think the Jets don't win this one.
Well, I picked the Jets, so I hope the Jets can pull through. I do want to give some few shout outs out here. Shout out to Alex Stivers. Sorry if I butcher your name. He just subscribed to our YouTube channel. Also, Kevin Valentin, the guy who you see on our screen. Thank you for subscribing here. And Matt Solis, thank you for so much for the subscription, my man. Appreciate every single one of you guys. And remember, we go live multiple times a week, and we post videos all the dang time. And whoa!
Surprise guest.
We got a surprise guest today, you guys. We have Reed, none other than your Speed McCall over here. He is the third and final member of NSP. So if you guys are new here, we did gain 4 new subscribers today, Reed. So say hello to the
subscribers. Okay. Been a good day.
Yes, sir.
It's been a great day.
It's been real good. And it's been struggling. I'm struggling a little bit. I'm coughing up the storm over here.
Gotcha.
But hey, why'd you take my comment off? I wanted to read that comment.
Oh, okay. You know, I thought you didn't want to talk to. I thought you didn't want to talk to Kevin.
Kevin's my friend.
Okay.
I have a. It's going to sound real bad, Kevin. Don't take this the wrong way. But I have a dog named Kevin, and he's like, I can hear him like, "What do you want?" Like, I hear you calling me. But says AJ, do you truly believe the 49ers could win it all? 100% I do. I think we have the coaching staff to do it, and I think we have the team to do it. We have one of the best rosters out there in the NFL. I could be biased. I'm not going to be biased. It's going to be extremely difficult. I understand with Brock Purdy out there, but I think he's better than the average quarterback, especially on that team. So I do believe there is a chance. Biggest, guys to go up against: Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, and Packers. Yeah, Packers, Reed.
Well, I wasn't gesturing. I didn't do that at first. I was readjusting.
Okay, we got a lot of comments to keep on going over here.
Yeah.
Let's
Dahmer
go.
says, should I pick up another QB playing on Monday just in case Burrow is out?
I mean, honestly, if you can find it, that's just going to be a tough thing, because if Matthew Stafford isn't out there, it's going to be really hard to find a quarterback. So if maybe you can find a quarterback now that you think will probably play better than Joe Burrow, that's probably your safest bet. But, it's going to be a tough one for some of the guys in the league there that don't have their backups already.
Don't bash me on this, but he could possibly pick up a Baker Mayfield.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah,
he's been decent.
Yeah,
he's been decent. Reed didn't want to talk about him, right, Reed?
I didn't want to talk it. No.
Oh,
tough defense.
You were believing in him, Reed.
I said I think he has a chance of being good this year.
Tough defense, though. Very tough defense.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of Baker, I got something. Y'all keep going, all right?
Go for it.
Okay.
Let's see. Big Money Joey says, haha, Kyrie is different. Yeah, he's different for sure. I don't know what type of different you want to talk about, but he's different. KJ Frederick, haven't seen you in a while, man. Welcome back. He said, who is better start as my running back 2 this week based off the matchup? Tyler Algier or Gus Edwards, or Gus Bus, however you want to call it. Full PPR. Honestly, I think Gus Edwards is probably your better bet here, just because, Bijan is taking up a lot of those carries. And I know the Falcons run a lot, but I feel like Bijan is going to get more and more carries taken away from Tyler Algier, even though Algier is doing great so far, and he kind of snipes a few touchdowns. But if you like having Algier in your lineup because he snipes some of those touchdowns here and there, that's fine as well. But I think Gus Edwards has the opportunity to go ahead and kind of have a breakout week. But this is probably one of the only weeks that Gus Edwards is going to be able to do that, because after this week, Justice Hill will be back to play. But yeah, I think Gus Edwards. What do you think here, Reed?
I would also go with Gus the Bus. I wanted at first to go to Algier, but just oh my God, he looks so ugly.
Oh goodness.
I'm worried about the Bijan effect. I think it's slowly every single week it's just going to get stronger and stronger. So I'm worried about it.
Good, sounds good. All right, we'll go down these comments because we got a lot. Mars Flow says hello.
What's going on, Mars? Appreciate you,
man. That's good. Let's see. So we got. Oh, I love these trolls accounts like that. He said his name is These Nuts. My name is Jeff. So those are like the coolest like memes out there from the 2010 era. But his comment is trade Michael Thomas and D Hop for DJ Moore. No.
No.
Don't
Don't do that.
Don't do
Don't
that.
do that, man. You're good, bro. Hey, you're good. You keep MT and D Hop. Unless it's the other way around, then do it.
Yeah, unless you're getting Michael Thomas and D Hop by trading away DJ Moore, good. But do not trade for DJ Moore. They're not using him correctly there with the Bears. Let's see. You got Young Cookie here, or better known as YouTube Great Fortnite Cookie, which is a really long name, so I call him Young Cookie now. But I just traded for Waddle for Nico and Jamal Williams last night. So let me get this right. Put this down in the comments, Young Cookie. Did you get Waddle and Nico, or you got Waddle by trading away Nico and Jamal? I think that's how you got him. I think I'm gonna go with that.
Nico and Jamal.
And Jamal, right? To get Waddle.
Yeah.
Good. The only thing that stinks is that Waddle's not playing this week, but next week he's definitely going to be someone who gets you a lot of points. Miami Dolphins are a pass-heavy team. So I got 4 trades in total last night, and 2 of them are just going through tonight, Sunday.
You got Waddle for Nico and Jamal? That's insane.
These guys do not
That's
know
good.
about football, bro.
That's insane.
That's really good.
You need to stop, dude. You're like borderline, like felony charge here. Dude, you need to stop. Oh my
He's
gosh.
stealing, bro. He's stealing. Let's see. We'll get to these next ones. Kevin says, Reed.
What's
I
up,
think he likes you, Reed. I think he likes you a lot.
Like
He says, "Is that Ed Reed?"
Could be.
I would.
Sharon.
I would love which. Let's see. Mars Flow says Gabe Davis or Zach Moss.
Get out of here with that, bro. Get out of here with that, dude. What are you doing?
We hate.
You go Zach
we hate
Moss,
Gabe
man.
Davis. Yeah, we hate Gabe
You go
Davis
Zach
here.
Moss. Hell yeah.
That's just how we roll here ever since last year. Gabe Davis is not a guy on fantasy we talk about here on this podcast. But I like this one. I saw this one a little while ago, and I thought maybe he was asking who's the better quarterback, you know?
It's a troll account, dude. Just move on.
I would say Gino, but Bronson. I'm pretty sure you say how. Is that how you say your last name, Bronson? Let us know. But Gino or Russell Wilson. Honestly, I still think Gino. But Russell Wilson has been surprising me this past year. I think that he is going to revive himself little by little. But he has the possibility of getting some points here against the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins defense isn't the best, but the Denver Broncos offense is not the best either. So I think your safe bet here is Gino. But Russell Wilson could surprise a lot of people this week if the game goes by slowly and he gets to pass to his wide receivers. But yeah, what do y'all think?
I'll go Gino.
I don't like either guy. Let's just keep moving.
All right. Bronson also says Michael Thomas or Cortland Sutton. I think you go with
Mr.
Mr.
Slants, dude.
Slant man himself here. Michael Thomas. Cortland
I don't know,
Sutton
he's getting covered by Jair this week.
No, he's not. Reed. Jair's questionable. He's not gonna play.
Jair will be covering Olave, bro. Olave is the wide receiver 1 on that team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on,
so
bro.
I think you go Michael Thomas. I think you go Michael Thomas. Cortland Sutton is doing good though too, so I'll give Cortland Sutton some props whenever Russell Wilson is cooking. Big Money Joe says Reed just got back from the morgue visiting. Oh my goodness!
Hey, I know.
Reed.
No.
Hey, as a Niner fan, I know you've been there plenty of times.
Oh, bro, you watch your mouth.
CMC headed there soon.
You watch your mouth, dude. You're
CMC headed there soon.
Dude. Hey, you better. Hey, chill out, bro. We have an army of running backs. An army.
Yeah, bro. You guys breed them like the orcs from Lord of the Rings. They just keep popping out of the ground. But we'll move on. Reed's gonna be just fine in fantasy, guys. So Jelly of the Month. I like that name. That's a cool one. He or she says, should I keep Jacoby Myers, who is my wide receiver 4/5, to pick up Kendre Miller for bench PPR?
He corrected himself afterwards. He says, should I drop
Jacoby
Myers?
I don't think so. No.
I think you keep Jacoby. I think he has a lot of potential out there. I know week 1, you saw him get a lot of targets right behind Devontae Adams. Week 2, he did get injured. Let's see going forward, right? I like the trend. If the trend continues to go up, you got yourself a good flex guide for the rest of the season. So I just wouldn't jump on it just yet. I mean, Miller is good for what? A week?
1 week.
Yeah.
1 week probably.
Yeah, I think the risk is too high there.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that one. So Alex, he says, y'all see the news about Chubb? Only towards yeah, I did see that. I thought that guy's knee was shredded up. I thought it was ACL, MCL, PCL, LCO.
I thought he was never going to play again.
Yeah, bro, that was a really bad injury. But yeah, luckily, they're saying that his surgery and his recovery is going to be only 8 to 10 months. So he should be back in the beginning of next season, probably playing about week 1, week 2, because I'm pretty sure they want him to get back to his full recovery. So I think they'll give him a little bit more time than usual. But yeah, for him to only tear his MCO and partially injure his ACO is I mean, there's a lot of Browns fans praying there because that was a miracle. Let's see. But the second part of this comment, so most likely we'll be back next season. Yes, for sure. All right. We got this guy again. He says, what about Michael Thomas and Rachaad White for DJ? No, dude. Don't go after
watch
DJ
yourself.
Moore.
Hey, man. You messing with me right now.
Don't do it. Keep those guys. Let's see. Young Cookie. He says, I got Waddle by trading them away.
Oh, the earlier question. Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, he's just swindling, bro. Jeff, absolutely not. Yeah, you tell him, Kevin. You tell him. So Charlie Jones, I'm not too sure if you've been here, but if you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as that like. We answer all your questions all the time. We're always here for fantasy questions, so let us know.
Also hit that accept button too.
Let's see. Should I trade Puka for Amon-Ra? Yes, you should. If you
Hell
can
yeah, brother.
That guy. Heck yeah, I love it. And Alex agrees. I think we all agree on that one. I think anybody who knows fantasy would agree on that one.
Yep. Alrighty.
Anthony McFay, 12 team standard. Not my choice, but it is what it is. He says he traded Hopkins, B-Rob. I don't know if he means Bijan or if he means Brian.
He's meaning Brian.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he means
because it's junior. It's Brian Robinson.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I didn't see that part. He says Ford and the Cleveland defense for Jamar Chase. What do y'all think? I think that's a lot. I think that's a lot to trade for Jamar Chase, but if that's your entire bench, I'm cool with it.
In my opinion, honestly, anybody who accepts 1 to 4 trades, like I get 4 players for the 1, is dumb. You have to drop 3 players to get the 4. I think this is a great play by him.
Yeah, man. And all like honestly, I would have just done Hopkins and B-Rob for Chase. But I mean, this guy's gonna have to drop some guys.
No, you throw him the Cleveland defense, make him think he's actually getting something forward, etc. It's a great trade.
Yeah, defense is pretty much nothing. I stream defenses every single week. I picked up Cleveland last week in all 3 of my leagues. D-Hop is really the guy that I'm like, oh man. Ford, he's not going to be the running back 1 for the rest of the season. I like this trade. Good for you, man.
Yes, sir. All right, we'll keep going. Big Money Joe says, hey, Fortnite Cookie, invite me to your league next year. For real, man, for real. Or just join ours. We'll see if you can get some trades off in ours. That'll be the challenge. Jelly of the Month says, thanks, Javonte at Miami or Rachaad versus Philly. I mean, I know AJ's answer here.
What is it?
Rachaad.
I love me some Rachaad White, dude. You can't deny the carries that he gets, the involvement that he gets. He's the bell cow of that offense.
I agree.
Yeah, man. Also, I think Miami is going to be scoring a lot of points, so I don't think that the Denver Broncos are going to be running the ball a lot. If it was another team that they were playing, like maybe the Jets or something, I would say Javonte Williams would be a good guy to have at flex. But yeah, Rachaad, he's just doing too good right now. I think even against the tough Philly defense, he's going to be fine. Let's see. You guys want to read this one? My mouth's getting a little dry.
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
KJ says, I drafted Dallas Goedert to be a lineup lock for me at tight end. If he has a few more average weeks for me, should I start looking to play the matchups with some waiver wire tight ends? Full PPR. Ooh, streaming tight ends. I've heard it's been pretty good. I drafted like a solid tight end in all my leagues, so I have not been streaming tight ends.
this season is pretty tough to stream tight ends. I mean, you see a lot of mid-tier tight ends out there, and not really anyone who's like outstanding. We talked about Hunter Henry for the past 2 weeks. He's gained at least 7 targets a game. That looks really good. That's someone you could stream or potentially try out for your team. Another guy is Zach Ertz that we talked about. He will be super cheap after this week because he's going against the Dallas defense, who are pretty strong. That's another guy you could pick up, but it's barely week 2. I don't think you should completely hit the panic button just yet. That is a strong offense that Goddard, whatever you want to call him, is that. But streaming options, you're not going to get anything special out there as of right now.
Yeah, man, it's getting pretty tight out there. I mean, if you really want to stream, I mean, there's a couple guys out there. It just depends on how big your league is. If you have a 12-man league, it's pretty hard. If you have a 10-man league, it's a little bit easier. But yeah, I would just try to get a good tight end, like how AJ was saying, like Zach Ertz. Maybe even, I mean, I'm not opposed to David Njoku, but he hasn't been producing like we thought he would this year. But yeah, just get a good tight end, keep him. If he's doing good week to week, like maybe a Laporta would, just keep him. There's no use in trying to find a guy who's going to get you 20 points or 15 points every week. KJ says, thanks. Of course. Always. Go ahead, Reed.
Young Cookie says, should I get Devontae Smith for a bag of beans from this guy? Oh my gosh, Cookie, you're too much, man. Hey, get as many players as you want, dude. You just do your thing. Honestly, we had a couple of guys like this last year who just had a lot of players who didn't really know what they were doing in their league. You just go ahead and keep on swinging these guys.
Yeah,
Brar was last year. We didn't want to call him out, Reed. He's in the chat,
dude.
Okay?
He would get the most ridiculous every single week. He'd come in with this most ridiculous trade ever, and I'm like, what?
So mad, my camera's not focusing right now.
It's okay. We see your face.
It's all good. All right.
I think it's the headband.
Go ahead and get this one, Reed.
Alex says, not relevant to me, but how do we feel Puka will project once Kupp is back? I feel like he'll be like wide receiver 20 overall. I think we all agree as far as how we see Puka once Kupp comes back. He's still going to see targets, but Kupp will take the majority of it. He'll do great with what his targets he'll get, but they're definitely going to be either cut in half or just a little bit above that, in my opinion. So definitely do not sell everything for Puka. It's not going to be a long-term thing for forever. I think we all agree with that, right?
Oh, yeah. And just to make it easy on him, look up Tutu Atwell, look at his production. That's going to be Puka after Kupp comes back.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. So it'll be good, but it's not going to be like how he has it right now. You're not going to get 25 points. So, yeah.
No.
All right. We got a new guy here, I believe.
Whoa. I like that picture.
That's very nice.
I thought it was an octagon.
Oh, it's because Tyreek Hill circled off
the locker room.
Yeah.
After he got a brand new ping pong table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Gentlemen. Oh, go ahead.
Gentlemen, 14 team PPR league, flex spot, Bourne, Shaheed, or Hunt. I'm going to throw Hunt out of this right away for me. I don't think he's going to get carries as far as this week. Shaheed or Bourne, it's for me. I think I would go Shaheed.
I do like Shaheed. It just depends on what the Saints want to do. I mean, Shaheed is like their long bomb type guy.
I think he can
share the ball a lot.
I think they can get a long bomb against this Packers defense. We're weak at safety.
There you go.
If you get the right coverage, Shaheed can definitely uncover deep downfield.
Yeah. I also don't think Kendrick Bourne's a bad start, especially in a 14-man league. But I think Shaheed has the most opportunity to boom here in this instance.
Is Hunt gonna play this week? Do we know that for sure? Is he gonna get touches?
I believe
not that much. He's just
he'll play. Yeah, I think he'll play, but that's about it.
Yeah, but we all agree that you shouldn't start him this week, right?
No, not this week. No.
Okay, but the following week we all agree it's a good start.
Yeah, I would say flex.
Just depending how things go.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cool. Big Money Joe. Okay. Says I have Chase. What running back you think I can get for him? I mean, if we're talking about Kyrie here, you can get any running back from Kyrie. But I mean, in all honesty, I think you can get a lot for Chase. I think a lot of people, besides myself, are pretty high on Jamar Chase because I'm not high on Jamar Chase anymore. That's just me, though. I think I'm just I could be either shooting the gun or I could be the smartest man alive. So we'll see how the season shakes out. But honestly, I think you can get anybody for him, even someone up to like a Bijan Robinson, because a lot of people still believe in Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I would only get one of those type of running backs, a Bijan, a CMC, that type of running back. He's still worth. He has hit. What's the saying? He's worth his weight in gold.
Yep.
Still worth a lot.
Cool.
Cool.
Alrighty. I like this next one. It says, do I pick up Chuba Hubbard, Spears, or Dowdle? I mean, we all know mine. I think he should pick up Chuba. Chuba is like the best running back 2 in the league currently, in my opinion. He's averaging about 8 to 10 points, and he's not even getting that many snaps. But throughout the season, it's going to be a long season. I think Chuba Hubbard takes a little bit more snap share there with the Panthers.
I think so too. I think Spears, when you're looking at him, you're just looking at handcuffs, right? Chuba Hubbard is probably the best running back 2 in fantasy. I wouldn't look too much into it. I think there's a lot more better options out there depending on your league, who you have available. But like I said, if you're looking for handcuff purposes, Spears is your guy, right? But Chuba Hubbard is a great guy to have on your roster.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, Reed, take this one away.
Taz Beats, welcome to the chat. He says, should I pick up Sam Howell or CJ Stroud? I have Daniel Jones.
Jeez. Honestly,
dang, dude.
I'm looking at matchups. Hold up. Commanders.
Like,
dang,
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know
This
if
guy's
it's just
desperate.
for this week or for the entire season. But I think if I'm going to choose from these guys, I would probably go CJ Stroud. I think he has the higher upside, even though he is a young quarterback. Because Sam Howell, from the first 2 weeks, I mean, he's just averaging, I think, like 12 to 14 points, depending on the fantasy settings you have for quarterbacks. But I think CJ Stroud has the higher opportunity here. But, yeah, it seems like you have some slim pickings there if those are the guys you're going after.
Give me Sam Howell.
Taking Sam.
You go Sam Howell against Buffalo?
Yes. CJ Stroud's against the Jaguars. I think they have a good defense also, in my opinion.
Yeah, they
especially
do.
their front at 7. So I'm going to go Sam Howell.
Yeah, but I don't think he's talking about this week because Daniel
Long
Jones
term.
already played. I think he's going forward. So you got to look at other people. You got to see if Jordan Love's available. You got to see if Brock Purdy's available. You got to go out there and see those different guys. If you're stuck in this predicament, one guy that may be out there for you is probably Desmond Ridder. Look very closely this week. If he does throw the ball just like he did week 2, if he does use his legs like he did week 2, he should be a good option going forward as a low-tier quarterback 1. But that's tough, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Let's see. So this is the comment back stemming from this comment. It's talking about Puka. So he says, yeah, my thoughts were like he'll have a similar season to Robert Woods, Bobby Trees in 2020. I mean, yeah, he's just going to be a guy who gets the ball still, but he's not going to, as we see, Puka gets a lot of like mid-tier to short routes. So he's getting a lot of catches, but he's not getting a lot of yards off of those catches. But he's also got this comment. In case Burrow doesn't play this week, 6-point TDs for QBs. I've got a couple options to pick from. He's got Baker, Minshew, Pickett, Carr, and Ridder. Obviously not Pickett. We saw a tweet that Pickett is the worst quarterback known to man.
I still believe in him.
Yeah, I think he'll get out of his funk, but maybe not this week, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not opposed to riding with Derek Carr here, in my opinion. I think Derek Carr has the opportunity to put up a lot of points just because of the matchup that they have Let me go ahead and see here. They got the Steelers. I think possibly
Carr?
Derek Carr. Yeah, Derek Carr.
He's plays for the Saints now, Vincent.
Oh my goodness.
He's going against
You're
the
right.
Packers, baby.
He's going against
it's a
the
terrible
Packers.
matchup. He's a terrible matchup. We're the best defense. Okay, it's a decent matchup. It's decent.
Yeah, I'd rather go Derek Carr or Baker Mayfield here.
I was kind of looking at Baker also. Minshew. I definitely wouldn't go Minshew. That's a scary dice roll, in my opinion.
It's too hard to tell with Minshew. He has some great games, and
going against.
They are going against
Lions. I wouldn't go.
Lions.
I would go Baker. I'm going Baker. He said he was thinking Baker.
We talked about Baker earlier. We talked about Alex.
You look so
Baker.
short.
I know. It's like I have a weird setup right now, guys. So
I'll get.
Is it because your dad's so tall?
No, my dad has a huge, pretty cool setup, but everything's large.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's much larger than I am.
He's a large man, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
No, yeah. I still think I'm gonna ride with Carr on this one. I like the way that he's been playing this year. Let's see. Cap for life. So with that being said, Chuba Hubbard or Shaheed in his flex position at full PPR. Honestly, I'm biased here because I'm a Seahawks fan. Seahawks defense is who Chuba Hubbard's going to be playing against this week. I still think Chuba has very high upside. The last time he played against us, he freaking ran all over us. I think that was the first game that he had like 25 plus points. But he was the starter at that time because they traded away CMC. I would still go Chuba Hubbard, but what do y'all think? Shaheed or Hubbard?
I mean, Shaheed's picking up a lot of steam lately, right? You've seen him, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, all getting the right amount of points, right amount of targets. They all look good. It's tough, man. But full PPR, I don't know, man. I might have to go Shaheed here.
I was leaning more towards Shaheed also.
Really viable option.
Yeah. Good problem to have.
Yes.
That's your situation.
Nice.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
We got
this is
to
the end of our comments. Yeah, man.
Wow.
It's been a heavy comment type of day. I love it. Oh, we spoke too soon. Noah Hayes says pick 3, 2 points per reception. Oh my goodness.
2 points per reception. Oh my god.
That's the first
200-point games.
That's so crazy, yeah.
Puka, I just saw Puka. I'm not going to read Puka. Oh my gosh, dude.
Puka would be a monster. That's 30 points right there in the past game when he had 15
I have my 3.
receptions.
I'm ready to go. I have my 3.
Pick 3.
Jesus. I'm going Puka. I'm going Nico. And then I'm going Amon-Ra.
You
I
have to, right?
I had the same 3.
Me too.
Those are the guys that get the most
Nico Collins,
receptions,
they
bro.
get like receptions like no one's business. These are the guys, man. I don't care how many yards or touchdowns they get. Dude, 2 points per reception? Are you kidding me?
The only other
That's
person
so
I would
awesome.
slide in there would be Amari Cooper because he got a lot of touches last game. That's the only reason. That's the only other person, though.
Well, we did see AJ Brown going to complain that he wasn't getting the ball, so
I mean,
might see him.
you never know.
We'll see if that works over there.
That would be a cool setting to put in the league though, because that gets away from like all the guys who get like a lot of yards but not that many receptions, and it brings into factor all the guys that get receptions.
All the running
That's
backs that get
insane.
catches.
Oh my
gosh,
goodness,
dude.
I
Christian
know.
McCaffrey.
That'd be so
It would be
dirty.
worth so much. That's crazy.
Very cool though. Thank you for that comment, Nico Hayes. You just blew all of our minds with
Noah
that.
Hayes.
Noah Hayes.
Noah Hayes. Sorry, I'm thinking of Nico Collins, bro, and how many receptions he would get. But all right, Big Money Joe, he says I'm trying to get Eckler for Chase straight up.
I like it.
Not bad.
If
I
you
would
are
do it.
super deep in wide receiver, I think that's good. I think it's pretty fair as well. I mean, Jamar Chase had a slow start. Austin Eckler is injured right now. I think it's pretty fair. I think it's pretty straight up on your part. I like it.
Okay.
Cool. So Days 240. He says 10-man PPR in my flex. Waddle went down. Yeah, I like this picture.
This
says,
picture,
"Who would
he's
you?"
literally looking dazed.
He said, "Who would you put in the flex? Amari Cooper, Jordan Addison, or Nico Collins?" This is a tough
Those are
one.
good
Honestly.
options.
Yeah, this is a tough one because Nico Collins could go off again like he did last week against the Jaguars, just because.
And the week
I mean,
before.
and the week before that, yeah. Jordan Addison has gotten 2 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks. Long bomb type of receiver. Doesn't get too many receptions though. And then Amari Cooper. I mean, Reed just said that Amari Cooper had some good touches last week, good yardage, and he's always a threat to have some catches there in the end zone, especially with Nick Chubb out. I'm gonna go a leap of faith here. My secondary team is the Texans. I still think that Nico Collins could put up some numbers. I think I'm gonna go Nico Collins here.
So
Just,
for
yeah.
me, I want to go Nico Collins, but I'm going to go a little bit crazy here. I'm going to say Jordan Addison is a high risk, high reward, in my opinion. I think he's got a great matchup against the Dolphins. We've seen that the Dolphins have, the Chargers, sorry. Chargers have given up a lot of points, especially deep balls. I think Jordan Addison can get some good points. So
I'm stuck between those two as well. Amari Cooper,
Yeah.
I'm not stuck with. I like Nico Collins. He does have a very tough matchup, but man, he gets the targets, dude. I like that a lot. It's a full PPR. I'd probably slightly slide into Nico Collins just because he is the wide receiver 1, and Jordan Addison is the wide receiver 2.
100%. Jay Jettas is going to take the targets away. So very true.
Nice. All right, Noah Hayes is back. He's like, yeah, me and my boys made the league just to have fun. Love that.
That's crazy. I wanted to have
after the season.
I wanted to have 1 point per carry in my league, but these
I
guys.
know.
Oh my God.
So since we got some time, let me tell you all the story there. I'm the commissioner in that league, right? And Reed has been
This was
pushing
last
for
year.
Yeah, this is the second year that Reed is pushing for the 1 point for every carry for a running back, and I told Reed, no. And AJ also told him last year, no. That would be way too crazy.
What's up?
Ooh, Pinche Shakezilla. I like that. That's from like Adult Swim.
Yeah, back in the day, baby.
Oh my goodness.
The whole point of why I want 1 point per carry for running backs to make them great again, man. Before we get points per reception, running backs were the bell cow of your fantasy team. Make running backs great again. Now it's all about wide receivers, etc. Make running backs great again. Give them 1 point per carry. Make this league fun.
Yeah. And that was the league that I think Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry were having like 20 carries per game. So that's just 20 points on carries. It was just way too crazy.
Come on. It would have been fun.
Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, my bad. There you go.
Noah Hayes says, but for my actual league, choose 2. Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, James Cook, and Raheem the Dream. And yeah, the league with my boys is also 1 point per rush. I love this guy. Noah, invite me to your league next year.
Dude,
I will have.
That is
seems
crazy.
he must be the most broken dude out there for that league.
There'd
Imagine
be like 300-point games. It sounds like.
Yeah, I could see it, especially if they have like a super flex option where they have like 2 flexes. Like that's some high points.
For sure.
That is so crazy.
Okay, so regular league here, probably PPR, I would assume. You gotta choose 2 here: Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, James Cook, and Raheem the Dream. AJ, you go first. Who are you picking?
I kind of like the top 2. I like Jahmyr Gibbs just because, Montgomery's out, so you are going to see a slightly increase as far as usage. Josh Jacobs, I know a lot of people are out on him already, but hey, man, he's still Josh Jacobs, right? He had a horrible game last week. They had 2 turnovers. I feel like he could turn it around. Now, Raheem had a great game last week. I get it, but he's not going to continue having those games week in, week out. I'm going to say go Gibbs and Josh Jacobs. That's just me. You guys do what you got to do, but I would stay true to these guys. They have my heart.
I'm completely agreeing with AJ here. I would take Gibbs and Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I think I would do that too.
Cool.
Next.
All right. FitCheck says, "Hey guys, 14-person league. Who should I play in flex? Aaron Jones
Whoa,
or
whoa, whoa,
George
whoa, whoa,
Pickens?"
whoa, whoa, whoa! We can't answer this question yet.
Okay.
We got a fit check.
FitCheck.
Fit check.
I'm not wearing any shorts.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay, I was like, really? Hey, man. Oh,
Like,
my
we're not
gosh.
going to sleep here.
I don't have pants on.
I say every
Jeez.
time this guy comments on our video, his first comment, we have to like pause and do a fit check.
Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so who should I play in the flex? Aaron Jones or George Pickens? Guys, it seems pretty obvious to me. You're all gonna make me
Is
say
it?
it. Oh, jeez.
Go for it.
It's Aaron Jones. I mean,
Yep.
you got to see injuries though. If Aaron Jones is not playing, obviously George Pickens.
Yes.
But if Aaron Jones is playing, you start Aaron
Yes.
Jones. It's Aaron Jones. Aaron,
Freaking Jones.
Jones.
hell yeah, brother.
I like this guy. He says all 10 out of 10 fire fits. I approve.
Yes,
Making me blush
sir.
over here.
Yes, sir.
Making me blush.
All
All right.
Oops,
Alex
there you
says,
go.
Jesus, Derrick Henry in point per carry. Up until this year, my money league played point per completion. Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
That's a little interesting. I
quarterbacks
talked them
are
down
crazy.
to 1/4 points per completion. 1 year, Andrew Luck scored 108 points on his own in 1 week. That would
Imagine.
that's insane.
Oh my god.
I don't know what
That's
you do.
insane. Oh my jeez.
Yeah,
Hey, oh.
you guys have some weird leagues, guys. You have some weird leagues.
See, Reed,
Wow.
this is why if we just take the one step to make running backs 1 point per carry, like it's just gonna stem into
That's
all this
how it
type
No,
of
starts.
I'm not
stuff.
trying to make
That's how it
quarterbacks
starts.
great again.
Starts.
I'm just
No.
trying to make running backs great again. All right, this is my
Oh
King
my
Payne
gosh,
speech.
yeah.
Okay.
And then last year we also tried
I'm
making
gonna
defensive
get a freaking
players
cat that
great,
says it.
right?
I
We tried
know.
that. Hey, but I
Defensive
do want to
players
say,
is so different.
I want to say thank you to all these guys out here in the comment section. If you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We gave a few shout outs over here. Alex is one of those guys. Huge shout out to you, my man, for not just only subscribing to our YouTube channel, but also joining our Discord, which is in our bio. I didn't have time to put it in our description, but the Discord link is in our bio. You can ask us questions any time of day or night.
I'll throw it in there.
Thank you.
Nice.
All right.
Let's
Fitcheck
see.
says thank you.
Oh, yeah.
1/4 point per rush. No, man, whole point.
That's
Well,
what we were. That's what we were gonna allow.
That's what
we're
we
like,
did.
you know,
That's
we
what
we
did.
no, we did one. We did
Oh.
half a point per rush. That's
We
what
did
we
half
Yeah.
a point, and it was still
Yeah.
absurd. It
It
was
was so
still
much fun.
absurd.
It was so much fun.
Oh no! Oh, my goodness.
Vincent ruined the league when he threw the defensive players in there.
hey man,
Oh,
just
two
to try it.
defensive
you know?
players, dude. Are you
Just to
serious?
try it. Just to try
Oh
it.
my
You know?
gosh. BJ
All right,
Shakes. He says Metcalf, Atwell, Tank Dell, Lockett at wide receiver, and Hawkinson, Hunter Henry, and Laporta. I have 2 wide receiver slots, 1 tight end, and 1 flex RB wide receiver tight end.
Jesus.
And you're having
Jesus.
issues? Nah, just
I
kidding.
know, bro.
Oh my gosh. You do need to work on your wide receivers though. I need a top tier elite guy out there. That's just me. I like these guys.
Yeah,
Metcalf, Tutu is going to be irrelevant after Cup comes back. Tank Dell, he's a wide receiver too, looking at good targets. And Lockett, I like it a lot. But
I'm gonna go.
what does he want? Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Atwell and Lockett here, because Metcalf is dealing with some rib injuries. He will play for sure, most likely, but he's gonna be a little bit sore here and there. And honestly, you just got to go either Hawkinson or Laporta in this one, because the matchup that the Vikings have, it's going to be a very high-scoring game against the Chargers. I think Hawkinson should be your first option, but I'm not mad if you choose Laporta either, because Laporta has been pretty consistent, and he plays against the Falcons, who are pretty easy against tight ends. After that, what else did he have? 1 flex, running back, wide receiver / tight end. Honestly, I think I would put another tight end in that flex with the guys that he has, but Then again, he didn't tell us his running back. So
Yeah.
That's also true. Yeah, let us know what your running backs are, man. Let's help you out. But I like what Vince was saying here. A lot of sense.
ooh yeah, Vincent's. Vincent's.
Oh, Vince, I see. That should be your name.
Let's see. John M. He says PPR. Who to flex? Choose one. Garrett Wilson, James Conner, Josh Reynolds, and DeAndre Swift. Holy shoot. That's some good problems right there, my guy.
I hate that you have this issue. Who are you? And why are you here? Like, are you? I'm a big James Conner guy. For me, I'm gonna say start James Conner. He does have a tough matchup, but are you willing to put that risk on Garrett Wilson, Josh Reynolds, or DeAndre? I don't know, man. I like Conner. I like Conner here a lot.
Yeah, man. Even against the Cowboys, I think James Conner's a safe bet. I think the next guy would maybe be DeAndre Swift, in my opinion, just because I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure
100%.
on Garrett Wilson against the Patriots. That's going to be a tough game for him. Josh Reynolds, I mean, he had a little bit of a breakout game, but I'm just not too sure on him yet. They share the ball there a lot with the Lions. It's going to be hard.
Faux show. I like this next question.
Go ahead, Reed.
All right. He says high scoring game this week.
Ricky AA. I feel like this kind of, I don't know. For me, I think it's going to be Minnesota and Chargers, right? They don't run defenses. They don't.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Chargers defensive backs. I like it, but I mean, overall as a defense, they can't stay healthy. I think it's going to be a very high scoring game, 100%. That's my pick. Chargers, Minnesota. That's me. Put it down. Write it on the board.
The team I would go after that would be Lions and Falcons.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. I was like, I'm gonna take the little bit of a risk there, and I'm gonna say the Falcons and Lions because they've been playing pretty good on offense. And I mean, the Seahawks when they played the Lions had some high scoring games, so I think that the Falcons could replicate that as well too.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Nick says, "Here's the pickle I'm in. You're in a pickle, man." Sounds
No one likes
disgusting.
pickles here.
No.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's
I like
gross.
pickles.
She give your mouth
No.
shut, Vincent.
No.
Disgusting. All right.
Pickles.
Pick 3 half PPR. Lamb, he's saying it's a lock. AJ Brown, Ridley, and Puka. For me,
Puka.
I'm obviously Lamb, and then I'm gonna go Ridley and then Puka.
Puka.
That's some good problems to have. You guys agree?
What kind of pickle is that, dude? Like one of those little
I
kosher
know.
mini ones, like those little. Oh, I'm in a pick. You're
You
looking
just,
like
like-
good right now, Nick.
You flip a coin or roll a wheel, and they'll pick for you. Like all those guys are gonna get pretty good points.
A.G. Brown will bounce back. He will, but
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
will.
willing to risk it any week. I want to see proof, and then I'll put him on my starter roster. Right now,
Yep.
you don't need to put him in, right? You're not at risk. Just put Ridley and Puka, my man.
Yeah, they're gonna get you good points.
All right. Alex says, I obviously won the league that year. Andrew Luck scored almost 1,000 points, talking about his 1 point per completion.
This guy needs to be
Jeez,
locked
bro.
up.
You make 23
Lock him up.
completions in a game, and you get 23 points just off of that. That's crazy.
Dude,
Lock
some
'em up.
quarterbacks would even get like 30 completions. Like that's just insane. Minus yards, minus touchdowns. Like
That's wild.
that's so wild.
Yeah. All right. Alex Stavers again. IDPs are cool. 2 IDPs is a good replacement for team defenses.
Individual.
Individual defensive players. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it is.
No, no, it's not
was,
cool.
It was
No.
all right.
I didn't
That
like
should
it.
not be a thing ever.
I just
Nick
Okay.
Bosa's hurt for like 1 week, and then what am I supposed to drop Nick Bosa? I'm not going to move him down to my bench and then pick up another.
that's why I gave us 2 extra bench slots.
Oh, it was frustrating, Vince. I was stressed.
Alex, look what
every
you're
week.
doing, dude. You're driving us apart. Thanks a lot.
Worst commissioner
dude.
ever, right
NSP
here,
is over.
Vincent.
We're done.
All right.
Jeez.
Shakezilla says, think I should trade Hawkinson for an elite wide receiver. How elite
If you
you're
could.
thinking, man?
If you
I think
can.
I don't know if he can go like elite. I say like it's like a top 5, top 10 wide receiver. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that.
Yeah,
I think
that'd be
you're getting
hard.
a 11 at best to a 20 wide receiver potentially for Hawkinson. Do we agree here with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not. I wouldn't trade like a top 10 wide receiver for Hawkinson.
I mean, don't get us wrong. We've seen crazy trades.
Yes, so
Yeah.
So
you
if
can.
you could get a trade like that, 100%. Yeah, trade
Do it.
Hawkinson, dude. Do it.
Yes. I'm not
Do it.
that. I'm not that big on Hawkinson. So
Yeah, man, you got two other good running
Do it.
backs in Henry and Laporta. But yeah, so
Do
if
it.
you could get another top tier wide receiver, just by all means.
Yep.
Jeez.
all right. Ricky AA says Jacoby Myers or Josh Reynolds.
Jacoby.
I feel like a lot of people are going to get busted up by choosing Josh Reynolds this week. I mean, he's the
That's
running
how-
back too. You know,
That's how he's been the past 2 years. Like I
It
feel
really
like every
is,
time
man.
Josh Reynolds has a good game, you put him in and he sucks, and then you take him out and he has a good game, and then it's like I'd just rather not have him on my team.
I mean, don't get me wrong; these are both riskier, but I'd rather go
Yeah.
Jacoby.
I'll take the risk with Josh Reynolds just to be spicy.
Spicy.
Ricky AA also again Cousins or Josh Allen. I'm going Cousins.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, really?
He has 6 touchdowns on the year.
Wowzers.
It's against the Chargers. High scoring game. We just said it. Josh Allen, he's going against that Commanders defense, I think, and we've seen him struggle in the past. I'm going Cousins.
This is true. I think I said that the Washington Commanders could pull out a fast one on the Bills this week. I mean, I'm not mad at Cousins, but I mean, if you if you drafted Josh Allen, you know you drafted him high, so you want to use him.
For
But-
sure.
I don't know.
I would have to go Josh Allen. I mean, he's just. I get it, right? We just talked very highly about the Minnesota Vikings, how it's going to be a high scoring game. I get it, right? But I mean,
It's Josh
it's
Allen.
Josh
bro.
Allen.
Come on, guys.
It's Josh
Come on.
Even
you
if he
gotta think
throws
with
an
your head.
interception, bro, it doesn't matter. You know, it's Josh Allen.
Take
He
the
has
over
the
interceptions.
yeah. Take the
All
over.
right. All right. Noah Hayes says, "Oh yeah, also in the league, if a kicker makes a 50+ field goal, it's 8 points and 2. Here's 600. Noah,
Oh my gosh,
you just put the max
Dude.
on every single option.
dude, y'all gonna have like 1,000-point games.
That's
It's
crazy.
insane. Like with all
I don't even
the
know
incentives
what do you
listed.
target in the draft? Like, do you go quarterback first? You go running back first? You may even be able to take
Obviously.
a kicker first, right?
Obviously, you go quarterback the way he was explaining the
for
completions.
sure. That's
That's
crazy.
so crazy.
That's
That's cool, though.
Gee
That's cool.
whiz, dude.
That league would stress me out. All
It
Shakes-
would.
Shakes though
You'd be like,
says,
I'm only down by 100 points. I can do this. Like,
that's crazy. Shakezilla says ETN, Zach Moss, Eckler, and P. Ryan. I'm guessing we pick 2 here, or we rank them. What do you guys think?
We're asking him. I believe we're asking him earlier about his running back situation. What his
Okay,
running backs
okay.
look like.
oh
Got
yes.
it.
That's a
Yes,
good
you're
running
right.
back room right there. But unfortunately, my man, Zach Moss and P. Ryan, I think in 2 to 3 more weeks they're going to be irrelevant.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
that's a bit scary, and that's just my honest opinion. I'm not bashing on your team, but I love that you have Eckler and ETN. But we might see them become irrelevant here pretty soon.
Yeah, so I'm
Alright.
pretty sure in his starting running backs he has Etienne and Zach Moss. So Eckler's out, P. Ryan. I wouldn't put in that flex. Sound cool.
Cool. Shakezilla says, appreciate y'all. Hey, we appreciate you, man. If you have not yet, hit that subscribe button. We do appreciate it. It costs you nothing, and it means the world to us. YouTube, great Fortnite Cookie says, do you think Mitson or Chase going to have a bigger game this week against LA?
This is how it's going to play out. You ready?
Okay, give us the
Do it,
play-by-play.
do it.
All right, boom. Joe Burrow's in, right? Oh man, calf strain. Nah, I'm
Oh.
good, dog. I'm playing. Boom. Drop back pass, touchdown pass, T. Higgins. Cool. Up next, touchdown pass, Jamar Chase. Cool.
Okay.
We're up by 20. What's that? Let's just run out the clock. Joe Mixon, that's you all freaking day. Joe Mixon is going to have a 14.7 point fantasy football game. Boom.
14.7. Wow. very accurate.
14.7.
Okay.
Not bad.
I'm going to go Mitson here also. It's just a
Yeah.
safer pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go risky. I think Jamar Chase actually does do pretty decent this
Well,
game.
you've been against Chase all day.
This guy's a
There you go.
freaking hater, dude.
It's because I don't think they're going to be running the
Oh my-
ball a lot in this game. I
You
don't think
they're
they
gonna be
are.
ahead?
No, I don't actually.
Whoa!
I think they're going to be playing from behind against the Rams.
This guy's a
That's just
hater,
what-
Reed.
That's just what I
This
think.
guy's a
I'm-
hater.
If Kyrie was in here, I'd tell him your Bengals ain't.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Big Money Joe has a question for me, Reed. He said, AJ and Vince already answered. Set my lineup. Hey, you guys know what this means? Not he's asking me. He doesn't trust you guys.
Doesn't trust us.
He doesn't trust you. He only trusts me.
He hates us.
All right. Oh boy, this is a long one. Okay.
Yeah, Reed wasn't here, so I want to see if he does the exact same thing.
Okay, here we go. 12-man PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, and a flex. My running backs are Pollard, Ramondre, Madison, and Kelly. Wide receiver are Chase, Monra, Keenan Allen, Nico, Mike Williams, and Addison. Jeez, what? My 10 ends are Freiermuth and Henry. So I got to pick. I got running backs. I'm going to go Pollard, Ramondre. I think that's easy for me. Wide receivers, 2. I'm going to go Amon-Ra, and then I'm going to go Nico. For my flets, I'm between Keenan Allen and Addison. I'm going to go Addison. No, I'm going to go Keenan. I just stocked up the Chargers. My tenants are Freiermuth and Henry. I'll go who the Steelers are playing.
They're playing against
I can't see.
the Raiders.
Raiders. Pickett has small hands. I'm going to go Henry.
But Mac Jones has a small.
But he plays dirty, though, so that gives him the edge.
You're sitting Chase down?
Yes. I don't trust him.
Good job.
Wow.
Good job.
I'm trying to
Reed.
win.
Good
I'm trying to
job.
win games.
Whoa!
Good
Hey.
job.
Chase hasn't been helping me in my one league that I do have him.
Yeah, I think for us, AJ, I think we said Amon-Ra, and I think you said Chase.
Yeah, I did.
And I think I said Amon-Ra and Keenan, and then at flex, I think I chose Nico Collins.
Nico.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was the only thing that we disagreed on. Cool.
Well, I'm glad I could give you the confidence you needed, Big Money Joe. Not like these guys. All right. Shake Zilla says also have Cup on the IR. Okay.
He's got a stacked roster. I like
Yeah,
it.
he does.
But yeah,
He does.
Definitely work on some of those wide receivers. You can trade some guys to get a top tier wide
Running
receiver.
backs.
Yes, running backs also.
Let's see.
Alex Seaver says, I live to cause arguments, great discussion. The trick to IDPs is realizing that any starting linebacker will be good. Yeah.
Pretty much. Bobby Wagner was a hot commodity.
Add Fred Warner.
And Fred Warner, yeah. Any guy that would just get hella tackles.
And stay healthy.
Yeah.
Big part.
Alex Seaver says, our league does negative points for field goals missed, PATs missed are -5.
Jeez.
Don't
Well, I
even
mean,
put
they had a lot of
putting a
points
kicker in
before.
sometimes is just could be a liability, man.
Right? Oh my gosh. Oh, but he does have it boosted if they have a 50+
Yeah.
field goal.
Oh, Fortnite Cookie, what the heck are you talking about?
Jeez.
My kicker got 100 points in my league? What are you talking about?
How? What did they
I
do?
don't know. I guess this is the meta now, like boosting stats.
Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. Kevin Valentine says, should I feel good about Chiefs D? I like Fields could turn up.
Who?
I don't. I have zero faith in the Bears. I think eventually they will start playing better. I don't think they play like absolute garbage every single week. I think more of that roster, in my opinion. But the coaching is really bad right now. They're not putting Justin Fields in a position to win, and he even said it. He said the coaching. He backed out on his words, saying, "Oh, that's not what I meant. It's what you meant." I'm not gonna. I feel good about the Chiefs D, 100%.
Yeah, they'll definitely get some sacks in there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if you catch our Tuesday videos, we do stardom, situms, who to pick up on the waiver wire, and what defenses to stream. And Kansas City was one of those defenses that we talked about this past Tuesday.
There we go. Also, if you join the Discord, you get a cheat sheet that AJ spends day and night on Monday to make.
I do. I really do.
He grinds it out. Big Money Joe says, "Don't sleep on the Rams. As much as I hate them, they are a competitive team." Ask Vince. Vince knows.
They are,
F the
bro.
Rams.
Hey, they played good against the what's it called 49ers too. They played all right.
And they had a bet going on, so they had to cover the spread.
Yeah, dude, and they kicked that field goal.
Dude,
They
that
just-
was poor.
They ruined
was poor.
so many lines right there. I know it for sure.
Did y'all see that comment on our past video of where we're picking against the spread? And they're like, wow, dude, y'all choosing the Niners without inside intel or something like that is wild. Y'all didn't see
What?
that past comment?
No.
No, I did not.
Because the Niners had to win by 10. And
Uh-huh.
y'all picked the Niners. I put it in the comment section as well. I picked my teams. I picked the Niners. And this guy was just like shook it that y'all just picked the Niners nonchalantly.
It's the
Hell yeah,
Niners.
brother.
Hey man, I don't know.
Is it-
He thinks we
What?
had insider information. Like,
Hey, that's NSP for you, baby. That's who we
No.
are.
We know.
That's who we are. Hell
All
yeah.
right. All
it is
right.
what it is.
Big Money Joe says Taters, Raiders. While we're at it, should I play Dak versus Arizona or Cousins versus LA Chargers? And he subbed up. Appreciate it, Shake Zilla.
Hell yeah, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Shout out
Cheers
to
to you.
Peaches Jake
Cheers to
Zella. I love the name. That is insane. I
Um,
love it.
I think Dak could be a good option this week. I'm still gonna go Cousins against the Chargers. That defense has not showed me much. I think Joey Bosa is also is he still hurt? I think.
Yeah, he's
He
hurt,
is
but he
injured.
should play.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Cousins. It's a 12 o'clock game. That's where he thrives.
Yeah, Joey Bosa with the hamstring.
Yeah, I think you can't go wrong with either of those options, but I like Cousins there too. It's going to be a high scoring game.
Yeah, I think Arizona could possibly fall behind pretty early, so I don't know how much Dak's gonna be throwing.
It happens. It happens. But definitely Arizona defense. If you got somebody you can start against them, it's a good option. We're gonna skip Big Money Joe's comments. I don't like what he put there.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
kidding. It says,
He
thanks,
likes
Reed.
all of
Thanks,
ours.
guys. Just wanted to see Reed's opinion. I value all your opinions, by the way, but he values mine more because he sought after mine.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry. Hunter says, my running backs are Josh Jacobs, Swift, James Cook, and Kyron. I don't know which two to start and if I should start one over Ridley in my flex. AJ, take it away. What do you think? It's a tough one.
It is kind of tough. A lot of people giving up on Josh Jacobs, like I said before. I, for one, I haven't. He is still the running back one there, and he will bounce back. It is a horrible offense, horrible offensive scheme. But Josh Jacobs, yeah, in my opinion, is the guy you need to start, right? Even if he has 10 plus points a game, if it's not 20, for me, that's a dub. That's great. It could be worse. Swift, we gotta look at the health status over there in Philadelphia, see how they look like. James Cook sees 60%. Kyron Williams going to see 100% of the snaps in the backfield. That's why I like Kyron. I would do Josh Jacobs and Kyron Williams, and I should leave Ridley there. That's just my honest opinion. I think that's the safest bet, and that's something I'm not going to be like, oh, is he in? How many reps is he getting? That's why I don't want to be worried about. I'm worried about if the meat's burning on the grill, if the Niners won, and how my players are doing. And the last thing I need to worry about is how my players are doing. So handle it right now and don't worry about it later. It's just me.
All right.
Chill. Yeah, I would agree. I think Josh Jacobs and Kyron Williams. If it was a different matchup for Swift because Boston Scott is out, I would maybe sub in Swift over Ridley. But the way the matchups are working, Ridley should have a way better time than DeAndre Swift is going to have against the Buccaneers defense.
Yeah, I agree with these two guys. Good choices. Big Money Joe says France played us tough, but that last minute field goal was crooked.
Crooked, yeah.
It
I don't
was,
know.
yes. Yeah, it was weak. It was a weak-minded move by a weak-minded coach. It was just disgusting, man. Really? Is your pride that big that you had to make yourself feel better at night to make the deficit 7 points instead of going for a touchdown like every other normal coach would do?
And that's because the money line was 8. That's what it was. It was the 49ers were projected to win by 8 points. That was the money line. And they were up by 10, and then they just decided to kick that field goal. Like it ruined it. But oh well. Crooked NFL, crooked.
Oh, Alex says also, if y'all ever need help with spreadsheets, let me know. I have a bachelor's degree in data analytics.
Dude, Alex, hit me up, dude. I spend hours on stupid Google Sheets. I don't even use Excel, dude. I have to use Google Sheets because I don't pay for that stuff, right? But
yeah.
Dude, it gets me so frustrated. I'm like, But I'll send you, like I said, if you're in the Discord, which you are, everyone in our fantasy football category has access to our Google Drive folder that has my weekly waiver wire pickups or blueprint, whatever you want to call it. It helps out a lot of people. It's crazy how many people just reach out to me and conversation like, "Hey AJ, how you doing? It's been a while. Hey man, how you doing? Hey, how do you feel about this guy in fantasy?" And I just sent him my spreadsheet. They are. I don't speak to these guys in I don't know how long. So I just sent him my spreadsheet. I was like, "Is this what you're looking for? Here you go. Bye. Thank you." But
just a piece of meat.
I am just watch our YouTube. As long as you subscribe, I don't mind, right? But just watch our YouTube. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Big Money Joe says I'm hilarious. It's true, man. I'm truly hilarious.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Ricardo Dominguez says, which two should I roster out of these guys? Sky Moore, Gainwell, Elijah Moore, Tank Bisbee, or Charbonnet?
Reed.
Oh my gosh, Reed.
That's why I say dudes.
Guys, you guys know who I am, all right? This is who I am. You gotta accept me.
Okay, so I think Sky Moore is a hard pass for me. Kenneth Gainwell has a lot of possibility, I would say.
Eagles, yeah.
Week 1, he had 16 carries compared to Swift, who had 1, and Boston Scott, who had 1, and Rashad Penny, who had 0. Possibility there. Elijah Moore, great wide receiver too for the team, not for fantasy. Tank Bigsby, an excellent handcuff, or Zach Charbonnet, which is an even better handcuff. The only guy who has a possible start is Kenneth Gainwell, and that's a long shot. I'll take that shot. If I had room on my bench, that's what I would do. What do you guys think?
I'll take Charbonnet or whatever his name is.
Charbonnet Reed.
There's no A in there.
He has a.
Nah, he's just making stuff
name.
up. He's just making stuff up.
Do you call it buffet?
Who?
Is it a buffet or a buffet? Like a Chinese buffet.
You got me.
Yeah.
English is the worst language in the world.
F's in the chat.
F's in the chat. Oh, that was awesome that one day.
I'll go Charbonnet.
There you go. I'll take it. Yeah, I think I would go Gainwell and Charbonnet there. If you need help at wide receiver, you could go Elijah Moore because you never know how he'll do. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're just looking for handcuffs, those are the guys you should probably get.
Cool. Greg has a question for us. Need one. He's in a PPR league. D-Hop or Hollywood Brown? Vincent, what are you thinking?
D-Hop, homie. Don't you
ever... why is this a question?
Don't you ever put Hollywood Brown over D-Hop, especially if he's healthy.
Hey, no, appreciate the question, though, Greg. Appreciate all you guys here. If you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We are trying to grow as well. Help us grow. Let us grow with you. So thank you guys for the question. Keep it coming.
All right, Anthony McPhee has another question for us. 1 point PPR, pick 2 here. Wilson, Flowers, McLaurin, appreciated. I'm going to go off the bat. I'm I want to go Wilson. I believe in him, but it's just not this week. I'm gonna go Flowers and McLaurin.
Why don't you think it's Wilson's week?
Who are the Jets playing again? Patriots. That's why.
Patriots, tough week.
It's a tough week.
Ah.
You said it earlier, AJ. That's from
Can't
your
stand
mouth.
the Patriots, dude. I can't stand the Patriots.
It's Belichick.
I talked about Zach Wilson. Okay,
I thought you
right.
said Garrett
No,
Wilson
you're right.
also.
I did talk about Garrett
I
Wilson.
like Zay Flowers. I think he's really good, and I love McLaurin. I'll always start McLaurin if he's on my team.
I think you're kind of forced to choose Zay Flowers and McLaurin, right? Because you
I feel
saw
like you are.
saw Zach Wilson throw 3 interceptions last week, and the Patriots have a pretty decent defense.
It's rough, man.
I hate it. Oh, I hate it. Yeah, for sure, Zay Flowers, and I'll just say, hey, man, throw a coin up. Because Garrett Wilson could be on crunch time, right? Fourth quarter, they're trying to get a touchdown, and it could be Garrett Wilson to be that guy that is the go-to.
All right. Out over here, Google Sheets is just as good. Actually, it's more user-friendly than Excel by a long shot.
So you're just saying I'm dumb.
That's what I was saying, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, it's exactly what Alex is saying, that I'm just incompetent. I can't, do anything. So thanks a lot, Alex. Appreciate it.
Number 1 subscriber right there. I love that guy.
Hate this guy.
All right. YouTube, Great Fortnite Cookie says, I just traded Cam Akers
Stop.
for George Pickens
Stop.
right now.
This guy's a menace. He's the new Brar.
Dude.
This guy's a menace.
How did you trade a bag of chips?
He's literally stealing cookies from Fortnite kids.
Yeah, exactly like
stealing
Brar.
Cookies from Fortnite kids. Why are you like this, young cookie? Jeez, dude. That's absurd. Absolutely absurd.
We love it, though. We love it.
All right. So we've answered all the comments.
That was wild. That was a good run.
How you feeling, boys? 2 hours. I joined in like halfway through, not even halfway through. That was a good one.
Hey, man.
Feeling good.
I love being on here, but your boy is hungry. So if you guys have any last-minute comments you want to put in there, any lineup changes that you guys want to ask us about, we'll probably be here. What would you say? Maybe 5 more minutes?
5 more minutes sounds good. We'll get through all the questions.
We're getting some questions right now, so maybe 5 more minutes. We'll answer all the questions like we always say that we do, because we do answer every single question. And then we'll leave it up to y'all to have your big brains out there and make your decisions before Sunday starts.
Or ask us in the Discord.
Ask us in the Discord.
Over
Please
there.
join. We are available 24/7. Mr. Prune says, offered a trade to give Christian Watson and Lockett for Jalen Warren, Kendrick Bourne, and T. Higgins. My running backs are Rachaad White, JT, and Jerome Ford. Should I do it? Me personally, I'm not a big fan of it. Christian Watson is hurt, but he's going to come back eventually. I think he's trending to play this week. Lockett, I think, is a great start. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. If I don't mind your running backs, you have Rachaad White, JT, and Jerome Ford.
Yeah.
It's not the worst. Rachaad White's a stud. JT could be a league changer if he does come back. Mm-hmm. And then you have Jerome Ford, who should be good this week and this week only. I don't know what the hype is about Jalen Warren. We saw the hype last year, and he just didn't pan out. No, he doesn't really fit in, right? But I don't know what the hype is there. I'm not falling for it. You got some 2 solid players right there. Christian Watson, who I believe, in my not-so-pro opinion here, that he will be the wide receiver 1 for the Green Bay Packers. And then you have Lockett, where Vincent's opinion, who was a Seahawks fan, says that he is the wide receiver 1 on that team. Kendrick Bourne might look nice right now, but when's the last time you've seen a 30-plus-year-old as the wide receiver 1 for a team? I'm not talking about AJ Green or D-Hop or Robert, not even Robert
Devontae
Woods,
Adams.
When have you seen that? Devontae Adams. When do you see that? Kendrick Bourne is not that guy. He hasn't been that guy for his whole career, and unfortunately, he's not going to become that guy. T. Higgins just has a slight upside, but you're sitting pretty right now, Christian Watson and Lockett. I wouldn't mind if you made that trade for a running back who's actually worthwhile, not
Yeah.
Jalen Warren.
Yep.
Agreed.
Agreed. All right, Alex. This is to you, AJ. Looking at the spreadsheets, they look good to me. Don't feel bad, AJ. They're pretty solid from what I'm seeing.
Alex is actually looking, dude. You don't understand. I don't think anyone looks at the spreadsheets. I spend so
I
much
look at
time on
it.
those spreadsheets.
I do
And
too.
what, dude? Whatever.
We
I-
steal all your
Reed was-
your waiver wire pickups. because of
Story
it.
time. This is story time. Reed was like, send me the spreadsheet so I know what to base it off of next time we talk about fantasy football, right? Okay, so we're getting prepped up. We're ready. Okay, Reed, have you seen the spread? I haven't even looked at it. I was like, oh my gosh.
I'm a busy guy, dude. I'm a busy guy.
And then some of our fans here, some of our loyal fans who have been
Rave.
with us for over a year.
Oh
rave.
my goodness.
He goes out there. He's like, should I do this? I was like, I literally worded it out
Look at
for
the
you in our
spreadsheet. Right.
It's like, look at the spreadsheet right now. I grind. I put so much time into this. You made my day. I still hate you, Alex, but you made my day.
Jeez.
Reed, this comment is so funny.
All right, question for Reed. In our league, is the 49ers defense carrying your team? Hashtag bang bang. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right. Hey, that's why I drafted them early, right?
Oh
49ers defense
goodness.
is good.
Dude, they had like what, 17 points?
They're good, man. They're really, really good. You two, great Fortnite cookie. Another. Okay, now he's trolling now, right?
He's got a troll now, bro. How many leagues are
He
you
traded
in, Cookie?
Algier for Gus Edwards and AJ Dillon and Devontae Smith. The AJ Dillon one I would have dropped. I wouldn't keep that. That's a. Hey, ain't nothing happening anytime soon for you as far as AJ Dillon comes.
I think you just traded Algier for Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And you got
You-
Gus Edwards for 1 week.
In my opinion, as a Packer fan, do not keep AJ Dillon on your roster. Drop him. Even if Aaron Jones tears his ACL, AJ Dillon is not a start, in my opinion.
Hey, be
Dang.
careful now. We can't
You-
say
you-
that.
Yeah,
Don't put
I don't
that
want to
in
say it
either.
either. That would be the end of the Packers season if Aaron Jones gets hurt.
That'll be the end of my fantasy season,
I
dude.
know,
Chill.
All right,
You
all right.
chill.
I promise. Sorry. All right. Alan says, "What up? What up?
What
man?
up?
Good to see
What
you."
up?
PPR. Should I play James Conner or Gus Edwards this week? I think we all agree. James Conner, right? We're all on that.
Yeah.
I like James Conner, dude, but Gus Edwards, Justice Hill's out. He's out for the game. So it's
Uh-huh.
just Gus Edwards over there. Oh, why do you do this to me? I'm a big James Conner guy. I love James Conner. Here, I kind of want to.
I like the Colts defense. They're not one of the best running back or the best defenses against running backs this season, like they should be. But they got a lot of beefy guys up there in the front. So I think I'm still going to go James Conner. Right now, the Cowboys are kind of a little bit banged up on the defense side. I mean, they still have a great defense, don't get me wrong. But I think James Conner can definitely get the better of on some of these plays because he's one of the guys that gets the ball. The only other guy on that team is Zach Ertz. So I still think James Conner can put up some good numbers. But if you want a high ceiling guy, which I'm pretty sure was what AJ is going to say right now, you put Gus Edwards in. But James Conner's
I was going to say, I had to reassure my notes, guys. Justin Hill is gone. He's not playing. He had 11 carries last week. Gus Edwards had 12 carries last week. You take out Justice Hill. You have Gus Edwards there. They both had almost 10 points each. They're going against Indianapolis too. Dude, I would say go Gus Edwards. This is probably the only time I go Gus Edwards over James Conner.
All right, you heard it here.
Love the question. Love it.
Alan has another question off of that one. Says pick 3: AJ Brown, Calvin Ridley, Nakua, or Jordan S. So we got to pick one to bench, basically.
I'm benching Ridley.
I feel like Whoa!
I would bench AJ Brown.
I'm benching Ridley.
I would bench Addison.
Oh,
What is happening? No way. What's this guy? What are you doing to us, Alan? What kind of question are they? We've been on the same page all day long until you came around.
Whoa,
Who is this
don't
guy?
don't blame him.
No,
Right?
don't
No,
blame
it's
Allen.
just-
It's him. It's him.
All right, for me, I'm
Okay.
saying to bench AJ Brown just because I need to see consistency before I start him. You probably drafted him
Fair.
high, so that's why you want to start him. Though I understand if you do. If it's not
Okay.
AJ Brown, then it's Ridley.
Why would you go Ridley, Vince?
I'm going Ridley just because there's going to be a lot of mouths to feed, and I think that they're going to run the ball this game because they're
True.
trying to get out of this game unscathed. They don't want to shoot out with the Lions. They want to keep the ball on their offensive side. So I'm not too sure how much Ridley is going to be playing a factor, just because he is one of the guys who runs longer routes, medium routes. And I'm not too sure that the Falcons want to go 2-1 because they tried to go toe-to-toe with the high-powered offense of the Lions. Because that's what the Seahawks did, and we barely got out of there alive.
Gotcha. All right, let's take what you can from what we had to say about that. All right, AJ, do you want to go?
No, go ahead.
All right, cool. Dylan, thank you for joining, man. Appreciate it. Gino versus Carr, Stafford versus Bengals, Stroud versus Jags, other guys like Russell, Pickett, Mayfield, and Howell. Are we supposed to pick? I think we're supposed to
Talk
pick
about
one.
good matchups or what? Gino versus Carr, Stafford versus Bengals, Stroud versus Jags, other guys like Russell, Pickett. Oh, it kind of looks like he's looking for a quarterback.
A quarterback to
Quarterback.
stream.
Oh yeah.
Quarterback
That's right,
stream,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
honestly, go ahead. Y'all want to go?
I would go. I think I'm gonna go
Let me see.
Stafford.
Same page, Vince?
Stafford.
Yeah, if it's not Stafford, I was gonna say maybe a Russell Wilson. Again, that's just me stretching it out here, just because I think Russell
Guy's still
Wilson's
a
gonna
fan.
start playing
This
good.
guy's a lover boy, dude.
Still holding on to the little picture. Like
Get
Wolverine.
over him, dude. He's done. He's not with the Seahawks.
Dude, he's
So I
going
think
against
it's Stafford.
Miami. He's going up against Miami. I mean, it's gonna be a shootout, in my opinion, if it
Stafford's
happens.
going up against the Bengals.
This is true. But apparently, the Bengals are supposed to get it together in week 3.
They're supposed to get
So-
together week 1. That didn't happen. I don't know.
Amen.
I like Stafford. They air out the ball a lot. Puka had 18 targets last game against the Niners defense. Dude, just I don't know. It makes sense to me. I think Stafford has a good chance to get you at least 15 points.
All
For
right,
sure, for
I
sure.
agree. I
That's just
agree.
me.
If you guys are watching right now and you have not hit that subscribe button, please do. We always say we are a small channel, but because you guys hit that sub button, we are growing every single day. Please hit it. It keeps you notified, turn that notification bell on, etc., and you're able to keep up with everything. NSP, not so pro. YouTube, great Fortnite cookie says, yeah, I only got Smith and Gus. Just saw you friend with Packer shirt. That's why I added Dylan. Nah, man, I'm telling you, as a Packer fan, don't have AJ Dillon on your team. I love the guy. As a person, I love the guy. As a football player and as a fantasy guy, he's not it, unfortunately. Brandon Rogers says, so happy you all are live. Was looking for content to watch on YouTube. Hey, man, we're currently actually trying to end this thing. We've been live for over 2 hours. Vincent's about to die over here. AJ's got plans that he's probably pushing back right now, and I've been up since about 3 in the morning. So we do this for you guys. We do
it for you guys.
We do.
So
we
you
do.
got a question? Shoot it. Shoot
Yes,
it. Real quick,
shoot
bro.
it. Keep going.
Shoot it now.
All right, Kenyon Drake says, or Dylan says, Kenyon Drake and Melvin Gordon for the defense activated. Sorry.
Oh, dude.
Oh my
that's from the
goodness.
past, man. I wouldn't think too much of it. It's just so soon. I think Gus Edwards is still going to get in the majority. Even if they do split, it's not going to be right down the middle. You're going to see Gus Edwards taking 75% of that. Kenyon Drake and Melvin Gordon. Well, good guys. Good guys, good careers.
I loved them 2 years ago, but not anymore, guys. They're
Not
just
anymore.
here to keep them legs moving. That's about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brandon says, would you say start Breece Hall or Rashad White? White has been doing good. Hall is up and down. AJ, what do you think?
There's a big possibility that the Jets are behind going into or after the half of this game. I like Rashad White. Rashad White is the bell cow of that offense. Week 1 didn't do so well, but you know what? He still had 16 carries. Week 2, he did excellent. And you know what? He still had 16 plus carries. Week 3, he's going to have 16 plus carries. So betting the over with that, I see we start Rashad White.
I agree that the whole Jets offense has become questionable now, especially with the Dalvin Cook, Breece Hall thing. So I would go Rashad White. All right. We all agree. Mr. Prune says, thank you so much. Hey, thank you, sir. We appreciate everybody who puts a comment. It makes our days, honestly. We started this podcast with barely getting any comments. We've done whole lives without getting a single comment before. So everybody that puts a comment in, we really do appreciate it, and we say thank you. Okay. YouTube says, by the way, Rams are better than the whoa. This is heresy, I say.
Oh my goodness.
We will not stand for that. We will not stand for that. Alex says, appreciate it, guys. Enjoyed it. Hey, thank you so much for commenting so much. You kept the chat moving and rolling. We appreciated it.
Yes, thank you.
Alan says, haha, my bad about AJ saying that he was breaking up our band because of his question. He says, but how about another question? Fields or Stafford for this week? Absolutely, in my opinion, Stafford. Fields is fighting. He's throwing punches with his coaching staff right now. Apparently, I'm not.
They're hugging.
They're putting on the show. They're fake hugging. You know, Fields. He muttered a curse word under his breath there when he hugged him. 100%, dude. They hate each other.
He's like, let me fucking run the ball, bro.
Hey, Justin Fields, Vincent.
He's mad, bro. He's mad.
Justin Fields and the Bears will eventually figure it out. It's not going to be week 3, though. Not against the Chiefs, not against this team. Another day, another week, not this week. Stafford 100%. You said, YouTube says goodbye. Why are you leaving, man? We're not done just yet. We still got some comments to go through. Flo says Garrett Wilson or Tutu Atwell. AJ, what are you taking?
Oh, man, you got to put me in this predicament here. Like I said, on crunch time, I feel like Garrett Wilson may be getting a role there. I'm not high on Zach Wilson at all. Tutu Atwell, he's the wide receiver too. I think there's going to be a lot of passing that game. I think it's going to be a close game. Jeez. I hate to say it, dude, but I'm not going to go Tutu Atwell. I'm not. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson here. I can't. It's like against my religion. Yes. Oh, jeez. I'm
gonna go Tutu. I hate
these guys. Go Tutu. That's okay.
I hate benching Garrett Wilson. I may end up looking like a clown with Garrett Wilson with 20 points on my bench and Tutu with 2 points. But I'm gonna take the risk and start Tutu. Vince?
If it's a PPR, I definitely think Tutu is a safe bet. But there are points in time where I see flashes from Garrett Wilson, but just because of the Zach Wilson thing, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how long they're going to stay on the field. We saw it this past week. It's just like not smart passes from him. We thought maybe he learned something from the guru Aaron Rodgers, but it seems like I don't know.
That's not translating though.
Yeah, it's not translating. Yeah, I feel like it's just not coming natural to him anymore. So I think for that, I'm going to go Tutu, just a safe bet.
Yeah. Brandon Rogers says Dylan is Kenyon Drake now because I messed up Dylan's name. I apologize, Dylan. Big Money Joe says, hit the like and subscribe, y'all. Let's grow the community. The NSP community. We appreciate Big Money Joe giving us that shout outs. Guys, it costs you nothing. Hit that sub button. And hey, we are a community we are NSP group of I'm sorry, I'm messing up words here, but we give back to the community. So join the community, we give back to you guys. Big Money Joe's can speak.
A lot of giveaways.
Brandon Rogers says, even if the Bucs play the Eagles defense, do you start White? Yes. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He should be good. Yep.
He gets carries, he gets touches. That's what's it's important. Flo says, "Thanks, guys. Just dropped a sub. Appreciate it, Flo.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure this is your second or third time joining the chat, so we appreciate you joining and dropping that sub button. We appreciate it." Brandon says, "This is a PG show, Vincent, because Vincent decided to drop the F-bomb. He's going to get a drop in his pay."
Sometimes the F-bomb just it just works, you know. PG sometimes, you know.
We're a PG 60.5 show, guys. Come on.
Yeah. So you got some 16.5-year-olds on here.
All right. Ricardo says, PPR, who should I start at Flets, Tyler Lockett or James Cook?
It's
Tyler Lockett.
You gotta put Tyler Lockett out there.
He should be in your wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2.
Oh my gosh! Hey, calm down. You need to calm down.
You're biased, Vincent. You're biased.
Dude, he's averaging 20 points.
Wilson.
Stick him right in your flets and get your 28 points at your flets, buddy. You're good.
He's just
All right. That is the end of the comments. We're going to go ahead and end this off. Unless you have last-minute comments, put them down right now. We're about to end. But if you have questions that you want to ask us in the morning tomorrow during the Sunday matchups, you have a quick, hey, should I switch this bench player into my starting lineup? Ask us. Join our Discord. It is in the description in our YouTube, and it'll be very quick. We can answer right away, but we're going to answer this comments. Standard League, need a flex, London Judy, Jerome Ford, or James Conner. Judy? James Conner. I'm going James Conner.
Hell yeah. There you go. James Conner.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Out of these four, I'm going James Conner.
I don't like the matchup, but James Conner should be getting the majority of the looks out there in the offense.
Yes. You agree, Vince?
Yeah, I would. I haven't seen anything that I like from Judy yet. I feel like he's still reacclimating.
Yeah, give him another week.
Brandon Rogers says, "I don't mind it going to PG-13. Hey, we'll talk. We'll meet amongst ourselves, see what kind of rating we want to give this show. We try to keep it family friendly. Try it. Vincent ruins it.
Hey man, sometimes I gotta do it."
Alex says Joe Burrow or Russell Wilson PPR.
You gotta go Joe Burrow if he plays. If Joe Burrow plays, it's Joe Burrow PPR.
Yeah,
PPR. What do I see? What?
That's what it was like. Unless one of these guys throws a pass to themselves, or they get on what are those? What are those formation? Philly special. Then Philly special. I don't think PPR will matter, but we appreciate you giving us that information, Alex. We appreciate it. Give us all information you can, and we give you the most accurate answers. But definitely, Joe Burrow, if he starts, you got to play him. Even though it might lose you your game, which it's been doing for me in one of my leagues.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I think you got to start him. You just got to believe it works out. So.
I mean, it should. It should.
Big Money Joe says, should I sit Olave for Addison? Scared of Jair?
I think he's trolling.
He's trolling you, bro.
He's trolling.
You should be scared.
He's trolling.
You should be very scared. If Jair only plays one side of the field, or a defensive coordinator is an idiot and decides to take our best, most highly paid defensive player and just not let him follow the best wide receiver. So that's what we're stuck with. And if Olave plays on the left side of the field, then you're fine. So, yeah.
Yeah, he'll get his touches. He'll
definitely get his touches, but watch out for that Packers team. All right, we're going to head ahead and end it right here. Thank you guys so much for all the comments. Vincent, AJ, do you have anything to say before we end off?
This has been awesome. Right now, I think we got 16 subscribers off this one video. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. We got 2 new guys joining our Discord. So appreciate the love. We're going to send that back right back to you guys. And let's keep it going, baby. Thank you all so much. Good luck in your fantasy games.
All right.
Yes,
Vincent?
sir. Nah, nothing much. Just hit us up in the Discord. If you haven't joined yet, join that Discord. And, of course, we appreciate you guys like we always say.
All right. That is it for this podcast. Thank you guys so much for everything you have given us. If you have not dropped us up yet, hit that sub button. And I wish you all the best of your luck for your favorite team and your fantasy teams this week. Best of luck to you guys. And as we always say, keep on grinding.